Yeah, at the start of the round, I was like, okay, this is going well. Then I died to Dragon 2 twice, and I was like, okay, this isn't going well. Oh, we're live. Hello.
Hi.
I'm talking about being bad at counting.
Well, that is pretty much what kills people in Dragon Quest is being bad at counting, so...
In my defense, the first time he outsped me, and that's why I died.
Well, you were bad at counting your own initiative.
I'm sorry that my 72 or whatever % chance just wasn't enough.
Alright, enough about your bad run. This is Dragon Quest 2. I am Star Violence.
I am 9-5.
Great. And we are going to watch twitchpoppop play some Dragon Quest 2. Dragon Quest 2 is a much different beast from Dragon Quest 1, that's for sure. You're pretty much always in danger of being dead, like at any stage of the game. But the game's still a lot more balanced than one would think, just glancing at it. The SFC version is definitely much more balanced than what many of you might remember from NES. I gotta open up the RTMP URL here.
So this song that we're hearing right now is called Only Lonely Boy. It is the best song in all of Dragon Quest, and I will fight anyone who says otherwise.
That's true. Yeah, there really isn't a better intro.
This game is perfectly balanced. It's just if you tip the scale at all, you're dead. If you do what you're supposed to do,
yeah,
you only die very rarely.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the last run it does start from Power 1, goes through credits. Normally we sing the credits, but since you won't have his mic on, we'll sadly not get to hear that.
Oh, that's too bad.
Isn't it though?
I could sing the end credits, but they'll be so far off. Well, maybe not that far off.
It'd still be a little bit off. So I'm not gonna do it.
It'll just be like a round. You do it too, and then me, and...
And not sure, DQ2 is less scary than DQ6. That's like objective.
No, it's not.
DQ6 is so much terrifying.
Are you gonna tell me Rai was wrong about that?
I mean,
the guy who had like a DQ6 world record?
What, he thinks DQ6 is less scary than 2?
Yes.
He's a madman.
He thinks every fight in the game is scary, as opposed to just like 2 fights in the game.
Only 2?
Like Muto 3 is really bad, and Mortimer's really bad, but like everything else is kind of easy. In DQ2, everything wants you dead. Like, constantly.
No, I feel like I'm gonna go with the one that caps out higher.
Your feelings don't matter.
You're not wrong. There's a reason that he's good at Dragon Quest and I'm not.
I'm sorry, I'm not commenting too much because I'm actually still trying to open the screen here.
As you see here, we're in the opening cutscene. We're in Moonbrook. Princess is she's having a nice day in the garden with her dad. I'm sure that nothing's wrong here, so there's nothing to really talk about. Oh, I guess there's a little earthquake. That doesn't happen. I mean, if you're really, really good, Dragon Quest 2 is being on a tightrope for 3 hours.
Yeah, basically.
Pop is probably not going to have a time like that because it requires lots and lots of resetting. You need to force Hagure in very bad situations, Hagure being Metal Babbles, Liquid Metal Slimes, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, wait.
I mean, I'm using VLC, it's working fine for me.
There was a missing P in the URL. I got it.
Ooh, that'll do it.
I got it.
So the king is going to protect the princess here. Like here, you just sit on that staircase. King's got some pretty strong magic. nice showing of what she'll be able to do later, except I don't really know where he's getting the blue flames from. We just have lightning bolts. The king gets snuck attacked by, I don't know who that is or what it's supposed to be.
Well,
I guess Devil
Yeah,
Priest.
there's a couple of Hawkmen and potato sacks, and probably a Devil Priest. See, they don't have like the security system that Laurasia has to keep the Devil Priest in the prison. That's the problem there. Like in Laurasia, they're like, okay, so like lock him up in double jail behind a bunch of electric floors. Here they're just like, well, keep him in the closet. Like, whatever. And so, obviously, he just gets out and kills everybody.
And this soldier
And
is infinite
so-
with his double now. He'll head to
Will
Laurasia.
now go anywhere but Kanik.
He's gone right past Kanik. Just he knows that there's no hope for him there. So he just goes for
Nope.
Prince Lore.
There's no hope for us there either, but we go anyway. A nice day in Laurasia Castle.
This bleeding man just coming out and falling over.
I'll make fun of Kanik all I want, Rotoast.
I'll
I'm the
stop
one who has to
making
deal
fun
with
of
him.
Cat. As soon as he learns to revive, I'll stop making fun of him. Until then, I'm.
That's true. So Kanik is actually really clutch in this version of the game, especially at the end.
But
Like,
he's
he's a party
useless.
member that matters quite a bit.
But he's useless
He's
for
not
the
useless.
first 3.5 hours.
He's definitely not useless. Like, he's got your extra, like, bit of damage resources and healing resources where you need them.
He's a tiny MP tank. When Nana just can't
Yeah.
handle it.
Pretty much.
Because it's kind of funny. Nana is like the damage dealer, the healer. She just does everything. And then at the end of the game, we just let her die. If she dies, we don't really care. We'll revive her for Sita, but until then,
See, there it is. Yeah, see, Kanik's got good hair, I guess, so that's good. And he's got nice goggles, I think. Alright, so here we go. Let's get our gold, let's get our copper sword, and let's
Copper
go
sword,
straight
I
to
see.
the item sword. The item
all
shop
I
and
see
sell
is
it all.
where is there a copper sword in that? That was just more gold. It's just there was one thing.
Because Pop is Japanese. so he's playing it in Japanese.
Now look, see.
But I can tell you what he's doing right here. So this is a bit of a much shorter version of what he's going to be doing later to get a whole bunch of money. Is in this version of the game, like on NES, you would have gotten lottery tickets completely randomly. It's just like a 1 in 8 chance. In this version, it's actually based on some kind of formula where if you have a remainder of 1 or 3 after dividing the gold you have left after buying something by 16. I'm sure there's a simpler way I could have said that, but divide the gold you have left after buying something by 16. If the remainder is 1 or 3, you get a lottery ticket. So we manipulate that with buying and selling stuff to get lottery tickets to get more gold. And yeah, the translation patch is so bad for this.
And didn't you say
there's
that
a newer,
there's a
I
more
think there's a
recent
newer
one?
one that's actually fine, but it breaks DQ1 too much.
Man, I love
So nobody
translation
can win. Yeah. So the early part of the game is basically the first 15 minutes or so. You don't really like start playing the game until like 15 minutes have passed roughly.
What's wrong
5
with
of them were
being
taken up
fast?
by the intro already, so there's that. And now we're just kind of doing the usual errands. You know, got to go to Kanik, and there's King of Kanik, and he's like, "Go find my garbage bag son. He's off somewhere." And you're like, "Okay." And that was after getting yourself some lottery tickets for later. So now it's just a matter of taking yourself to the Spring of Bravery and going and finding Kanik there. You hope. In the meantime, you run away from bloody everything. You've got a pretty good chunk of herbs and stuff to make it, so it's not the worst thing to deal with. You have to be pretty unlucky not to make it. So obviously Pop's not going to make it because I said that.
Can I go ahead and point out one of the hardest things about transitioning from Dragon Quest 1 to Dragon Quest 2? You'll see that flee is actually the second thing in your menu, and that should never ever be done ever, and I don't like it. And playing DQ1 and then going to this, you will always mess up. And if you mess up, you're going to parry, and then you just take a bunch of damage for no reason.
To further expound on that, the run command changes places again when Laurasia dies, which happens a lot while you're fighting Malroth.
Oh yeah, because then you lose parry on Kanik entirely.
Yeah, you lose parry, and then it turns into flee, and then you're like, oh, it's a good idea to defend here. And then I remember I can't read Japanese, and I mean, I can read that much anyway, but
well, the intro is about 4 minutes, 4.5.
Oh well, we actually, I mean, it's Japanese timing, so we timed the intro, so he's only been playing for about 3 minutes. The excess time between the intro and the outro is about, I'd say, like 12 minutes total, 12 to 13. It's 7:20 for the ending and like 4 and change or 5 and change for the,
4 and
intro. Oh, yeah, okay, so it's like 12 minutes.
I think it's like 4:10, 4:20, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make a bad meme. That's actually my legitimate guess.
All right, so we've spoken to the kindly old man, and he told us that Kanik went and screwed off somewhere.
He also decided.
So now we get naked and roll around in slugs.
Which
yeah, it's really inconvenient.
Really wish he didn't do, because we need to die now. We could have done without being healed.
Really inconvenient. That's okay. We're back. Now it's time to get dressed again and talk to the king, who's like, oh, Kanik said he was going to the resort town, like off in the west somewhere, so okay. Now we have to go find him. It's really just so much errand running, and then there's going to be something really good really soon, right after you get Kanik. So as you recall, I spoke about manipulating the shopkeep into giving us lottery tickets. This is like the first big divergence from an NES run, where right after you get Kanik, you head over to the item shop, and you buy and sell. You do a chain of something like 21, 22 transactions in order to stock up on a ton of herbs and get a ton of gold, as well as chimera wings. And also actually equip yourself in the opening of the game. So
26.
Yeah, Middenhall and Kanik are both going to actually have like decently real equipment.
It's 26 transactions in the shop before you leave, and then you go do more transactions.
Is it 26? I always forgot. Oh, I remember like 21 or 22 because that was when I used to buy the club.
Stuff.
I was counting the club.
Mm.
Or I was doing it by the club. You can go one of two ways with this opening. After you've done this chain of stuff, you can do a couple fewer transactions and go a little faster and keep Kanik's club instead of going for a copper sword for him. Or you can go a little bit further and suit him up with a copper sword. And the copper sword really, like, it seems like it wouldn't make too much of a difference with the minor strength increase that it has, but like, all the early enemies that you're fighting where it matters have single-digit HP, and the capacity to do like 1 or 2 more damage any given time at any given fight for a while is pretty good, especially before you get Moonbrook. So let's see, he's like around halfway through it right now, I want to say. Once he finishes up this chain of stuff, he's going to be stocked to the rafters with herbs and things. head up to the item shop, or the weapon shop rather, and go pick up a chain cycle for Middenhall, and another leather shield for Kanik, and Pop is generally apt to go with safer strats in marathon runs. Like, he always wants to just actually finish, so he goes for the safety. So he's gonna go for Copper Sword. He's going and picking up a lottery ticket in here, actually. There's a lottery ticket in the drawer in the corner here. And that will bump him just enough to have all the gold he needs. There's also a couple of antidotes involved in that chain, which is helpful just in case you get stuck on something like a Babble or a Centipod that ends up poisoning you. So there's a chain cycle. Let's put it on Middenhall. And there is the Copper Sword that's going on Kanik. And there is the leather shield that's also going on Kanik. And there it is. The game has started. At the very least, the part of the game where you're not just running from literally everything. So at this point, it's pretty much about getting some cursory amount of experience before he travels through Laura's Gate, the tunnel that heads over down to Hamlin. Because there's still more errand running to do. I mean, the whole game is errand running, and the whole game is fighting. That's like 90% of this game, is fighting monsters, knowing how to prioritize threats, like what to take out first and how to take out the most things possible. Not necessarily in the sense of killing them. Hey, you got an herb drop off of those iron ants. That was nice. More herbs is always good. So yep, just go all in on that Draki. And he sees no need to attack with Kanik here because he knows Middenhall is going to one-shot the iron ants. And there's no reason for Kanik to like go because it's going to take the same amount of turns. So just let Middenhall scoop them up. The big slugs have a little bit more HP, so going with that. While I'm thinking about it, there's a little bit of tricky business in this game where it's actually to your benefit to defend at the end of a fight with as many of your characters as possible. Because if you get surprised on the next fight, they'll still have their defense status up. And that's really nice at the end of the game when you get surprised by things that try to explode you really hard.
I wish I knew about that before the relay.
Me too.
Pop just kind of sprang that on
I don't know anything about this game.
At some point. It's the fun thing about running Dragon Quest. Like, we're so far behind Japan, especially someone like Pop, world record holder in DQ1, top runner in DQs 2 and 3, that every so often he just randomly gives us this little tidbit of information, and it's like, oh, that could have just changed everything.
Oh, it's so true. Oh, we're still farther along than we were, that's for sure. That set of notes that I found on actually starting to run this game in the first place. Whew.
Yeah, the notes that we used to have to learn to run off of were really low leveled because Star made them, and they're a bad idea.
Shut up, dude. That's not what I was talking about.
Yeah, you had notes that were even worse than those that you had for yourself.
Oh, God. Is it any wonder my first run was 7.5 hours long?
Not really.
No, it really wasn't. Alright, good. Pop's got Kanik level 3, which is actually important for proceeding past
So much experience already.
like towards, yeah. He dove straight into Laura's Gate at 2 and 2.
Yeah, he got really good encounters. I want really good encounters there. I never get good encounters. I just get armor peeds, and then I get poisoned, and then I get sad.
Yeah. Same. I get killed by King Cobras because I'm bad at counting.
Yeah, that's also kind of scary. At least they're good experience, though.
Yeah, they're very good experience. And so is that heal slime.
Yeah.
Alright, 4 and 3. 4 and 3 is pretty much where you want to be in order to actually go to Hamlin. 3, especially on Canic. Like, you can still proceed with 3 and 3. But you're better off with 4 and 3 just for the extra strength and padding on Middenhall.
Big
But Canic level 3 gets Fireball. And you cannot kill things without Fireball south of a certain line here.
Or you could play the mobile version, and he gets Sizz.
He does. But the mobile version is casual.
And you have to actually go to Alifgard. Why would you ever want to do that?
I don't want to go to Alifgard, not unless he's got a dangerous swimsuit for me.
Welcome to we're going to end up talking about every version of this game randomly for a little bit. It's hard being a defender of the Dragon Quest game that everyone hates.
I thought I was just talking shit about hockey or something.
I was. That's why I'm trying to stop myself.
Oh, alright.
And do something. I can't do that. Getting into a bad place while I'm on a microphone. I mean, I'm only here for when you disappear for Grand Blue, but come on now.
Hey. Who says I'm not playing Grand Blue? Alright. Time to Hail Mary for the Mirror of Ra. This could be a pretty scary walk. He's gonna take a... Ooh. Bye. Okay, good.
Oh no!
That wasn't cool.
Oh.
Alright, that's better. It's not... Well, it's not great, but it's not like a mandrill.
I mean, I'm not as afraid of the man as I am of the 3 flies at that point.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, here comes 3 gears
3
into
King
the
Cobras
face.
isn't very pleasant either, though. Like, they hit hard. So he's walking a pretty like specific route around the encounter zone where those the baboons can actually spawn. Oh, come on, Magic Ant. There you go.
Still watching all of this time disappear. I'm waiting for my defense to fall.
It's basically just going to be running away from virtually everything.
What fights would you even take?
I feel like it's a matter of personal preference. In this case, I think he's preferring to keep his MP on hand for doing stuff like healing.
Yeah. Never taken a fight here.
And honestly, as in part, yeah, I usually just run away from most stuff. Honestly, like it might depend on your experience too. Like if Middenhall needed level 4 for some reason, then he might have fought something to get that and then continued on.
Now we have a fancy mirror. We can go expose a furry.
That's true. 1-1-1. Now it's time to go to bed.
So there's that cute pupper that was up at the top of the screen before. The reason it's so cute is it's actually a princess. So we're gonna change that.
Nana Wanchan.
I haven't played this game in English in like 10 or 15 years, so I don't actually know why she's a dog. I didn't know if that was like for her safety or if the demons did it.
Cursed her.
So it was Hargon, okay. So I didn't know if that was like so she could get out of the castle, or or if she got it because she tried to get out of it.
No, I think Hargon was just having fun and turned her into a dog and was like, okay.
Pop is doing
another difference. He's going to fight mandrills.
So, I mean, I do that, but
yeah, it's totally fine. I'm just like, it's so as opposed to you know, NES where he would die because the damage, or rather the initiative formula, is more of a suggestion than a rule.
I mean, according to Roto Relay, I died too.
Well, yeah. I mean, dying happens anyway, but the formulas for initiative are actually really consistent. And Nana has, like, Nana being Moonbrook, she's got, like, an 85% chance to go first. Even at this point, at level 1, because her agility is just so high. So we're gonna see her, like, getting pretty much all the agility seeds so she can keep outrunning everyone and everything in order to do last bits of damage and to heal people before it matters, stuff like that. For the moment, it is about getting some extra experience and some gold.
You hear at the beginning, a lot of everything is just based on the Nana level. Okay, I can move on.
Yep. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh,
boy.
Willow's not having a good day.
On the bright side, living just that much is, like, enough to be like, okay, well, he's gonna be fine because Nana's gonna heal him next turn. That's totally okay.
So yeah, so Nana leveled, so we get to go take a nap.
Time for nap.
We do a lot of this in. Just a little bit here at the beginning.
Yeah, at this point, I think he might be going to Moonbrook. Yeah, he's going to Moonbrook.
See if we can't get a
actually
metal slime.
Actually go to Moonbrook in this version for the sake of a couple of seeds, an HP seed and an MP seed that are just kind of hanging out in the basement.
And if you get lucky, there's a metal slime in it for you.
Oh, those are always nice.
We actually keep track when, like, Pop has PBs for 0, 1, 2, and 3 liquid metal slimes. We don't do that for metal slimes because they're not worth nearly enough. But at this point, 1,000 experience is pretty good because we need to get Nana to level 4 before we can actually, like, advance again.
Yeah, Nana needs Infernos before we can safely travel through the Tower of Wind, really.
You could probably make it through without it, but you're leaving a lot of
but
experience on the table.
Yeah.
He's trying to meet apes right now because they're really tasty. Once Nana gets level 2 and can put them to sleep at a decent rate, you're pretty alright to him. And then once we get to level 4, we're really okay with running into him because she can just blast him with Infernos. Or Boggy. It's really only with Nana level 1 or no Nana that you don't want to see them. And really, you kind of want to see them with Nana level 1 because you're probably trying to find them. Hey, it's a ghoul. These things are a pain because they have 1,000,000 HP.
Yup.
At least it's alone.
It's pretty fine when it's by itself. You don't want to fight like 4 of them. That's... It might drop, leather armor also.
Those chests are trapped. Do you want to bother with them?
Oh, all empty.
Wait, did Nana swing at the smoke?
Might have. Might only need to do, like... Oh, did she get stop spelled? And then yeah, she gets stop spelled when she was going to do something probably.
No, he was swinging it with her for 3 turns.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, everybody.
I
Okay,
normally
that
just
makes
have
sense.
her
Yeah.
defend, especially when there's multiple King Cobras there as well, just staring her down.
Nah, I figured. Well, all right. He was having Kanik deal with the King Cobras, right?
Yeah, he was using Gira.
So, like, given because having Kanik and having Moonbrook swing at Smoke is basically the same thing right now because Smoke's defense is so high.
I guess that
So it's
baby
not really it's not really a problem. He just wanted to get rid of Smoke sooner.
On one of the really fun things here is it's not just based on your lead party on the poison, it's whoever's actually on the tiles, which will come into play much later.
Oh yeah.
In our community, we have fun emotes. We have one where it's the princess from Dragon Quest I drowning in a swamp for obvious reasons you saw in D1. In this game, there's one for Nana here. Nah, it's not swamp tiles. Spiky tiles? I don't know what they're really supposed to be.
I don't know. I call it the electric fence.
Yeah, electric fence. We just kind of throw her into it. Because we need to go to an end. Because killing her makes sense to go to an end, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it works.
It's not for a while. So we're gonna go grind again. We need Nana level 4. Lizard flies.
Yeah, once he hits Infernos, he'll head out to the Tower of Wind.
Wow. One fight.
Ooh. Seems good.
This spell's really strong. We're going to be using it through most of the game. It's a group for like 20 to 40 almost.
Oh my god, yeah.
I don't know what the max range is.
It's worth noting that all of the damage spells on SFC versions on this cart are like leagues better than their NES counterparts. Especially Firebane that Kanik gets later. Firebane is like necessary for the end game, partially because it doesn't just do Infernos damage.
No, vacuum. This fight is not dangerous, but it's just straight up obnoxious because the Ant can just put everyone to sleep, and then they'll sit there and spam defense down and waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching time disagree. Hey, look, it's the exact same encounter but mirrored.
Oh, I love that.
And it's not really worth that much. Yeah, and it's not worth that much experience either. I think the ants are only worth like 1 or 2.
The army ants?
Yeah, or the Radico ants.
Oh,
Or no, I was thinking army ants with 1 and the Radico are probably worth more than that, but not by much.
Yeah, I think they're worth like 12 or something. Maybe lower, but they're not like army ant bad. Army ant bad is bad.
Might as well be punching blue slimes.
It's easier.
They don't call for help. Oh yeah, everyone's Manusa'd. How great.
Oh, just
it doesn't matter. So Manusa is surround, so enjoy your like 50% chance to miss. Great. And again, nothing has a ton of HP, so if you're just sitting there swinging at it and you're missing half the time, it takes that much longer.
Oh, yep. Zombies are tanks.
I just realized the A in my name was capitalized. Nice. goes along with my interest in hockey. Oh no, we're back on hockey. Make it stop.
I can't stop you from doing anything, rabbits. I learned that a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right, here we are, Tower of Wind. So you stepped on and off the stairs because you can reset encounters that way in this version. And now he's just wandering
Pillaging.
through. He grabs some gold because he's going to want to buy a steel sword when he gets out of here.
Steel Sword is truly nice in the first couple Dragon Quest games. Makes DQ1 infinitely faster than it would be, especially killing Golem at level 8.
There's the Cloak of Wind.
Pretty sure that's actually just a parachute.
It might be. You don't know.
This is actually Nubo. Mechanic is actually Nubo.
I believe it.
He just runs around flailing his arms. He sounds like
believe-
Nubo to me.
I believe everything.
My pup goes that way. I go the other one. Interesting. So I grab this prayer ring. That's going to now sit in our inventory literally forever.
Now it's time to go to sleep.
We really like our ends in this game. Except for the one in Baron. Moon's not a fan of that one.
Alright. He's got a steel sword. Stocking up on some herbs. Time
If
to
he
do the
didn't need
inventory
the
shuffle.
He'll keep his copper sword for now, because if something bad happens, he'll still have the copper sword. Something bad
Yeah, you really do
happens and
prefer
he
to have a
sold
copper
it,
sword than not.
he loses half of his money.
I mean, it's just strictly better to have than nothing.
You know, we're talking about the ghoul being a really terrible encounter, where there he is with two things that could heal him. So you have to actually kill them first, which gives him more time to cast Menusa. More obnoxious. Now we're going to cross our fingers for metal slimes again. And by metal slime, I mean like a lone metal slime, not a metal slime with a bunch of buddies. So we'll take
Oh, yeah,
a metal
definitely not.
slime with a bunch of buddies, but he's got to wait.
Definitely not that right there.
I mean, this isn't that bad, because at least you
Well,
can
it's okay.
probably
Yeah.
kill them in one turn, versus like 2 man-eater plants and a mandrill.
You've still got to prioritize the rats over
Yeah.
metal slime for sure.
Metal
Like, metal
slime is
slimes
always the
accompanying
last
other
thing
things
to
are a
die.
trap. Alright, well, it stuck around, so...
There's a-
it's still here.
There's a wonderful
So, Yep, go
four
on.
traps at the end of the game that you don't fight on unless you're Rotoast, because he's a madman. Goodbye. So like in DQ1, we can manipulate hits, but we can't make it stay.
It's ever so slightly different in DQ2 because of the fact that you have multiple party members. The last hit is, or the last one to attack is generally you need to reverse the press or the hold to actually do it right, depending on what kind of weapon they're using.
the man-eater plants I was talking about. They're annoying, but not generally that bad.
Yeah, man-eater plants are definitely to be prioritized because they can blow their sweetly scented breath, and then you are going to bed, and you might not wake up. And that's really just a miserable way to go.
I'm sure at least somebody learned that against the Dragon Lord today, because there were a lot of Dragon Lord deaths. None of them were mine. Made me kind of happy. Of course, I did get punched in the face repeatedly by a stone man. And that didn't make me feel
Well,
any
you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
We're kind of hoping to see
half
here
on,
is-
half off walk he can do on the pits there.
He's just very,
north and
very
south,
good at
though.
balancing.
Hmm.
And, we're kind of hoping to see a little magician guy in here, because he drops this thing called a 10 charm, and we need to buy 3 of them later, and they're 500 gold each, and that's pretty expensive. If we can just have that now, that's really great. And if we need money somewhere before we actually need to have those, sell it, and then we have money, and that's... So, keeping it is preferable. Wait, was Lore poisoned? Or did he just use that to get it out of his inventory?
I didn't catch it.
I don't think...
There's a magician.
Yeah, that
And
guy.
some Medusa balls. Ugh.
We're gonna be seeing a lot of these Medusa balls, and we're never gonna be happy about it.
Oh god,
Oh, that's great.
that's a garbage opening.
So the mages can't
Oh.
use magic anymore. Everyone's
He's
asleep.
running. He's running. Yep. All right. See ya. That was a bit too much.
I saw the double monotone. I'm like, well, that's not something that happens terribly often. Then everyone's asleep. I'm like, oh, really bad. I think he just tried to use mom. Oh. No, I can't do anything again. She's just gonna feed Nerb to Conan the Barbarian.
Go get him, Conan.
Oh, he's raising his defense now. This is great. He deserves a 10
Strongest
charm.
sorcerer.
Fights. Of course, he doesn't get one.
His resources are looking very tight right now.
Not great.
Oh, well, Conan's are, okay. Moonbrook's doing better.
Yeah, but she does also have to expend
That's really
5.
what matters. That's okay.
No, we're asleep.
Oh, that's not okay.
That's fine. Foggy should kill them off. Laura's just having himself a night.
Ugh, these encounters. You really don't want to get... You want experience throughout this game, but you don't really want to get too many encounters in the same place at once, like between healing points. There's kind of a just right.
Especially when every encounter has Medusa balls. Just loving using
Oh my
audio,
yeah, Medusa
letting
balls
everyone
are
just... And lowering
brutal.
defense. Conveniently, the enchanter is... William doesn't know what he's doing, because he could have probably just be sitting here and punching Nana to death right now. Give the 10 charm.
Hey, you got it. Nice. Finally at the top of the tower. Double checking for Wind Mantle. Good.
Yeah, I've not done that once, and I regretted it heavily.
Yep. Suddenly you just appear like outside the tower,
And
the
then
southern tower.
you use your Chimera's wing, because there's no way you're making it through.
Yep.
Unlike the NES version, that is always in the same spot, so you don't just like run up the staircase and look at your feet over and over again and have it magically appear. You actually just have to move 2 steps. Well, 3 steps. And then these mud dolls are a pain. Trying to think, is there anything? I guess the orcs aren't terribly bad in that area. Everything else I really don't want to deal with. Normally I have to because I'm short on experience and money.
Yep. He looks like he's short on money currently.
A little bit.
So he's probably moving on without actually buying clothes hiding. Appear to be the case. Yep.
So the little girl's like, I'm being attacked, and they're like, this little girl belongs to Hargon. We say yes.
Yep,
She does.
she definitely does.
And then they
She does.
attack us anyway because they're confused as to why we agreed with them.
Yeah, that's weird.
And neither of them are dead. Not almost is. It's always a good sign. Oh god. Oh, and it
healing
healed.
nice.
Oh.
Oh, wow. That's alright. I mean, enemy heal isn't like as strong as your heal is, though, so...
Boggy's still
See, like-
refusing to hit.
Ooh! Ooh, yup. He's not having that.
Kinda need him.
But guess what? You can save in this town, so it's okay. Press reset. Try again.
It's pretty rare to die in that fight. From my
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah,
Like,
it's decently rare. You can, though. Those things can be dangerous.
more often than
especially
not,
if they-
one of them will die.
Especially if they decide they're, like, both breathing fire for some reason. And you're like, wow, I have as much HP as your fire breath does. Or they, like, put Nana to sleep immediately. That's always
Aw.
good. And they keep trying to.
No.
That's always fine.
Oh, now she's getting beaten at it. But one of them's down, so now this fight's pretty safe.
Yeah, he's definitely stable now.
Enemies died. That was... So we had to do this to get the boat. We also need to do this because we need to go back up there. It's really annoying that they drag you over here because we need to go up into the corner,
Oh my god, it's true.
which he will now
We need
do.
to go fishing through the swamp for a strength seed. There it is.
Conveniently, the strength seeds in this game aren't nearly as important as they are in TQ1. Inconveniently, the agility seeds are
They're
more.
pretty important, though.
I don't need to roll
like-
5 on 2 of them.
Alright, that's fair. Well, that's because you get, like... You need to roll 4 on 2 of them, though, and that's because you get, like, 5 of them.
Yeah.
So you still need to, you know, get them.
Yeah, but I don't have to reset for
So I
5
would-
minutes. Trying to get a 3. It
Fair.
really matters.
You're less likely to have to reset, yes. On strength seeds, anyway.
Yeah. The agility seeds are more important compared to me kind of only ever wanting to roll a 1. This 3 always ends up being bad for Dragon Lord. I have a bad habit of outspeeding him when I don't want to anyway. So hop on our boat. And it's really annoying because we have to come back to this town later, and our boat will end up inside the town. And we have to go
Oh,
through the
yeah.
waterway again. It's just really inconvenient.
Dragon Quest II, it's just really inconvenient.
Like those ghosts. Those ghosts are enemies from the beginning area, but they're a sea encounter. And
Oh, yeah.
running is based on
that's right.
encounters, so they'll just sit there and not let you run away, but they're also worth like 4 experience total.
You will definitely take an average of 2 damage over 4 turns while you try to run away.
Wonderful. It's really wonderful that they have to
It's
exist
great.
pretty much everywhere. And
So sea encounters are full of even more things that put you to sleep. It's pretty cool. Like three different enemies generally in formations, each of which have a unique way to put you all to sleep.
one of them has a sleep-based physical attack, one of them has sweet breath, one of them has Rario.
Pretty great.
And when you get hit by the physical one, it's extra annoying because he has a very low chance of using it in the first place, and then it has to actually work.
Yeah.
And then suddenly Lore's asleep because you took 3 damage and you're just really mad.
On the bright side, you nuke down everything with Infernos anyway, for the most part.
This is really good grinding.
The encounters on the sea are pretty interesting, just because the minor variances in which enemies show up kind of changes what you have to do.
Hey, there's that
sort of
physical attack.
Yeah, there it was. You deal with them and oh, there's another one. Wow, this is the best Man of War.
He's so strong.
Oh my god.
And Conan is stuck healing now, waiting for someone to wake up and actually help him. Because he has to keep everyone alive in the process. I was waiting for him to
Conan.
go. I was ready for the Man of War to actually put the entire party to sleep.
Well, that would have been excellent.
Nice Kaishin, pretty worthless, but nice nonetheless.
On the bright side, sea slugs can no longer crit you.
Yeah.
I like that. Not being able to be crit by big purple jellyous things. And you can put them to sleep fairly easily. Actually, very easily. It's like 85%.
So we're in a town now. We're gonna grab a key, and we'll be back here later to do a bunch of math. So,
I don't think it's as much math as the lottery, but it's still pretty...
Get your 7 tables ready, because there's gonna be a whole lot of subtracting 7. And dividing by 7. What did he bonk off?
He might have bonked on the, I know when you, like, kind of take the clip around the corner, to get back on the ship from Zahan, and then head into the shrine or something, you, like, technically bonk on something. Taking, like, one or more of those steps.
So we were talking about the HP, or not the HP seeds. We talked about the strength seeds that we feed Lore and the agility seeds we feed Nana. Well, we feed every HP seed we get to Conan so that he actually has HP. At one point, he should end up with about equal to, if not more, HP than Lore. And Conan and Nana will be sharing our MP seeds with a little bit more preference towards Nana, but Conan needs one as well.
Hero seems sleepy. Aw, yeah, they are.
I mean, we let them nap so many times already, and it just wasn't enough. Bad. Here we go. Using our strength seeds.
Lazy hero, please, let's CQ3. That hasn't started yet.
Got a while for that still. That was a nice little trip home. We'll be back. Oh, he's taking the baby way, not the man way.
Of course he's taking the baby way. He wants to finish. Doesn't want to get killed by Vampirus. The baby way is the alive way.
You're not wrong. But he showed me the other
no,
one.
he did cross into... He totally crossed into Vampirus territory.
Hmm?
He sailed straight through Vampirus territory. He had to sail, like, a good 5 or 6 squares further west to stay out of that.
Yep. I've also seen him park at the top of the shrine and just go right through it. And I've also done that because of it. And it terrifies me, but I've done it before because I was bored.
He took like a half
Half
like a
safe.
yeah. It was like half safe, and then he went straight up, aligned with a shrine. But if you wanted to be completely safe, you would sail another good 5 tiles, like where the bottom left corner of that landmass is kind of clipped out there. Like even with that, the next tile over is where the bad encounter zone starts.
You do.
This is fine. Just put them all to sleep. Sea slugs take a little while though because they're not very apt to be damaged by magic.
Not that that's
It's 60% though. Yeah, I mean it's 60%, so it's worth trying when you have a good amount of MP. Which he does, given that he just went to the inn, I believe.
And so the reason we went home was so we could get Roto's token, so that we could show up to that guy and get Roto's helmet. Which you'll notice is not actually a piece of equipment that we get in DQ1. We just kind of always have it. And now Laura's going to have it, which he's going to. Me and Callie had a lovely conversation about how he gets his goggles over it. Which my answer was he puts his goggles around his neck, puts the helmet on, and pulls the goggles up. So he doesn't have to worry about the horns.
Oh, there's Pop doing the little shimmy over to the world tree.
I love the shimmy.
Yep, just kind of shimmies right over. Just pluck that world tree leaf and get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, there's really big trees there, and they'll fall on you, and that's not good.
Gotta tiptoe around the Jinmenju. Sea slug, why?
Teach you to prioritize the Man of War?
Well, there's like 4 of them, right?
You heard him. Welcome to DQ2, where the correct answer is not always the correct answer. Just most of the time.
Still sleepy, yep. DQ2 is a pretty good parallel for life in general.
Do everything
just because
right.
you make all the right decisions doesn't mean
everything
life thinks you deserve a good answer. And that was the greatest lesson of all. Besides, don't sleep too much.
I'm a big fan of like the complete mandatory use of Mahotone on the Medusa ball.
Oh my god, definitely.
He's just not even messing with it anymore.
There's no reason to. You need to kill those things. They're awful. You need to stop them from putting you to sleep or just doing anything generally.
Hey, our good buddy's Ghost again.
Ghost. He's a good friend, that Ghost.
He'd be a better friend if he would just never show up.
That is true. Well, like, what about the early game, though? You want Ghosts in the early game.
Yeah.
They're worth a lot of experience. They don't hit that hard. Like, I used to think they hit hard, but they really don't.
You actually talk to this dude while he's hiding in a corner by being half-stepped.
Yep.
You can buy
you
a
just, like,
space.
shove your head around the corner, and that's fine.
I'm really glad that it's like that. Instead of having to wait for him to come back.
Oh my god, yeah.
And now the little girl is going to do her best impression of every little girl in DQ1. So,
I'm not getting my coffee. I need the coffee.
So we have the gold key and the jailer's key. We never actually got the silver key. We'll do that later. It's not important for now. It's the first key you're supposed to get. It's like right by your hometown. We just don't care. For some reason, that dude doesn't rush into town while we're there. Like, he's been trapped outside for who knows how long, because he doesn't have a gold key. But then he just sits there.
Thinking about the silver key reminds me of, like, stories about prototype NES versions and how they were impossible. And one of the things that was impossible about them was, Canic Castle used to be where the Silver Key Cave is.
Oh, so you get to walk all the way over there.
Yeah, and that was a problem compounded by the fact that there were no monster formation limitations on the first continent. Like, in the first continent, or like the first encounter areas on the first continent, you would only ever see like 3 monsters at most. And that was a decision change that had to be made, like, last second, because they were finding out that the game was impossible.
And the roto gear check, we now have a shield that doesn't actually exist in DQ1. I don't know why it doesn't exist in DQ1, but it doesn't. Silver Shield's the best thing we get, no Roto Shield. So we're less than an hour into a 4-hour speedrun with 2 pieces of Roto gear, which is actually end-game equipment.
Yeah.
And we're still afraid that Laura is going to die. It's the situation we're in. We're also fighting things from the beginning island, and now that we have access to a boat, things are worthless to us. Just run from everything here. We actually bought Holy Waters and Zahan so that we can just evade every encounter. Sadly, that doesn't actually work in caves. Which is really silly and really dumb. But probably good, because then we'd have to account for that during Dragon Leaping. This cave actually has some really good stuff.
Yeah. There's an agility seed. There's an MP seed. There's the silver key, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we kind of need that.
I guess. I don't know, it's not that exciting.
Not really.
You could technically skip it, but that would mean skipping the Staff of Thunder, and that's a really poor idea. Skipping the Staff of Thunder also means skipping the Sword of Light, amongst other things.
And the time that you get to use the staff. Staff is really nice. It really disappoints me when...
the staff is very good.
It disappoints me whenever I end up in a situation where I have to sell it early, and I'm like, oh, now I have to use magic. Using magic is slow. Using the staff is slightly faster. It's literally just like, oh, there's a fight. What's the correct answer? Correct answer is blow up everything forever.
Definitely.
And then you get rid of the staff, and it's okay. But now we have to go back to actually thinking. Sorry, it's our one break in thinking in a 4-hour sprint. Because it stopped thinking and waved the staff.
No, wait. The actual break for me is like the lighthouse.
Yeah. Yeah, lighthouse is pretty good. Until you get like a million encounters. And then
yeah, I used to have a tougher time with it, but I figured it out. Like it's pretty easy to just like run through.
It's normally not bad, but if you end up in a situation where you burn all of your MP, it's like a great.
That's the thing. You just figure out how not to burn out all your MP.
Hey man, I'm not the guy who died in the lighthouse during Roto Relay.
Well, shut it up. I don't remember why I died either. I think. Oh no. Okay, that wasn't my fault. Like, I couldn't have done jack squat about that.
Oh, yeah,
I got wrecked by dragonfly breath.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
they
dragonflies are bad.
Triple dragonfly breath.
Yeah, that's
It was like, are you joking?
They outsped Nana or something, she didn't. And then she just didn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, they didn't surprise me. They just went, like, breath, 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 and I had Nana left, and that was it. And then they couldn't kill her because she had Water Flying Cloth.
Of course.
And I was like, yep.
It's like my Blizzard spend 2 turns casting Zeraki, kill everyone but Nana, and then just start raising their defense. And there's 4 of them.
Good.
They waste 3 turns doing that, and they don't let me run away. They made me watch. Like, hey, no, you need to see this. Great.
And we're back.
Yep. So...
Time to get the magic loom and a prayer ring, because there's actually something in that chest this time.
Yeah, people think that when you're playing this game, like, there's actually a reason to do anything, and the only reason to do anything in the early game is we're actually just running around collecting prayer rings. Everything else is just optional.
Yeah, pretty much. Prayer rings are actually the only thing you really need.
So that Nana can break all of them immediately, and I can get really mad.
Yep.
He's paying very careful attention to his HP so that no one dies here. Because dying here is really bad and slow.
Every half tile deals 7 damage. But there's little tricks you can do besides just healing. Like, for instance, doing the half-step technique around the corners that you're able to actually lets each party member skip the damage for, like, 1 half tile along that route. Because you kind of just barely make it through this.
I think Conan might have a little bit of MP left at the end of it, but that's it.
Yeah.
Nana will never have MP left.
Nope, you gotta heal more. So much.
And conveniently, we don't actually have to walk back. Throw up a wing. And when we bought Holy Waters, we bought 2. You'll see we haven't used 1 yet. We'll use that when we're done here. First, we gotta go say hi to Dad.
Hi, Dad.
And the fun thing is, the way that returning works is you don't get to choose a target. It's the last place you save, so you don't really get to save very often in the beginning part of this game because you need your return point to be right here.
The ancient art of Zoom was lost to time.
Yep, tell the milk version. This dude's like, hey, do you know about the thief key? And we're like, nope, and then we use the thief key to open that door and that door. How do you stop a half house?
Oh, you just do. Alright, this guy. So, on NES, this was a Mad Clown. And he was pretty easy, you just kind of nuke him, and
goodbye.
Looks bad. Yep, reset. So, it was a Mad Clown, and you just kind of nuke him down, and you would, you know, go infinite and just keep killing him for Thunder Staves. But there's 2 differences here. You can't respawn this one, and this guy is actually a Rector, or Mace Master. So he's got Explodette, and is just generally an endgame enemy, and he's extremely hard to fight.
You'll see his family on the floor directly under Cedo and nowhere else.
That being said, it is still more than possible to actually kill this guy. And there's a lot of things you can do to maximize your chances. But the general flow of the fight is you need to land Stop Spell, and then you need to land Surround. And then hopefully you're stable. Stop Spell lands 60% of the time. Surround will land 100% of the time. Alright, he's landed Stop Spell, but kind of got exploded. Alright, that's still fine. So he's gonna heal Panic, and hope that he misses. He did. Alright, good. So he's definitely stabilized.
At this point, no one should die.
He should pretty much have this fight, especially since the Devil Priest had no chance to sap him or anything. He still hits really hard though, so you have to be decently careful, especially since, as I recall, Moonbrook does not have close hiding.
Nope.
So she's likely to, or actually, yes, she will just die if she takes a hit from this guy. And then he's dead. Once he's sealed up with Stop Spell and Surround, the fight's pretty stable. Something has to go pretty wrong. So he's got the Thunder Staff, and then he picks up an Agility Seed off the ground, because for some reason this guy was just sitting in a jail cell staring at an Agility Seed.
It was his bait. He didn't expect us to talk to him first. He expected us to go for the seed and then he was going to back attack.
Oh, that's true.
Even though we
Sometimes
can't
he
see the
back
seed,
attacks
we
anyway.
actually, well, that's when he's actually hiding in the water on the other side, and that's a cardboard cutout. Like the dragon in the cave in DQ1. He back attacked me once because the dragon was actually a cardboard cutout, so I went to talk to him, and it just fell over. And then he appeared in the rocks behind me and chewed on my face.
This guy's a lot smarter than the one in Moonbrook.
So we're gonna grab some Gaia armor, we're gonna grab a knife. We'll need those in a minute. We're not worried about them quite this second. I think because he didn't have close hiding yet. Or now he's gonna equip them now.
Yeah.
And he's going to unequip the cloacal one. Not running around pretty much entirely naked.
But not for long.
Well, that depends on what the NPCs feel like saying about the bag.
Yeah. This is the hard part right here. Is the Iron Sheik just, like,
That's the round.
Hanging out.
NPCs are the worst thing in this game, and I really wish you could just kill them like you can in
That would be
FFA.
stellar. Yep.
Of course, in FFA, they also have like 8 million HP, and it takes forever, but at least you can kill them if they just refuse to move. So the king is bored. He wants you to put on a show. So he's like, here, kill this thing that we found in an underground cave somewhere. It goes, roo, 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 roo. And you're like, oh no. And then you make it so it can't see anymore, and then you kill it.
Goo-roo-roo-roo.
With our fancy new staff.
Hey, there he goes.
Which, the staff can actually, even though, yeah, we're sitting here and we're casting magic, it can deal a lot of damage if you just beat something with it, too.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely good for clubbing stuff.
Kinda silly. And now the king will finally let us save, which is good, because Nana's getting a little bit hungry here, so she wants to eat her agility seeds. And we need to roll a 4 on them. They can be between 1 and 3. And that's a 3, so he doesn't have to worry about resetting. And that's another 3. She's so fast. Oh, she's so fast. I honestly don't know why we need 4. I feel like her agility is so high as is, but it's got to hit some threshold.
I'll be totally honest, that's one of those things I haven't actually asked him to elaborate on entirely.
So this guard is standing in this jail cell guarding a seed. So we're just gonna feed that to Lore. And we're gonna cast Return because it's the fastest way out of this town. I think Durkendal actually has some pretty decently strong encounters, so
Let's
you
see.
kind of want to bolt for the
Did he
boat.
have to use his leaf during Double Priest? I forget.
Yes.
Alright, then he's gonna
Opponent died.
Yeah, he's gonna be heading south around to the World Tree to pick another leaf up and then go to Welgarth.
Yeah,
He's
so
gonna
this
be
thing
selling
of,
that staff pretty early.
yeah, this is the part where I'm sad that you're selling the staff.
Yeah.
But you absolutely have to do it because there's a really nice chance you're gonna have to heading. So not having a leaf is extra terrifying in an area where literally everything can kill you because you're not supposed to be there.
You really want that leaf.
Staff, I think, is slightly more stable damage than Boggy for the Mana Wars, so that's pretty nice. Makes one turn.
I think the range is slightly tighter.
Like, I think Boggy is 20 to 40, like I said, and I think that's a little bit higher. Or no, Boggy might go lower than that. Oh, nice. Great.
Oh, that's good.
Good.
Yeah. That's alright though. Still got the Staff of Thunder.
Not for long, sadly.
Like, whatever. Doesn't matter. Has Staff of Thunder. Oh. Sleepy Heroes.
Oh. It hurts my soul just
Sleepy
a lot.
Heroes. I miss
Okay,
this
the
game.
slugs are healing or sleepy too. English is hard.
It's been too long. Since I got messed up by slugs.
Oh yeah. There's one little patch of ocean where there's also like just draggies flying around for some reason. And I always forget about them, and then I run into them, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a thing. And then I forget again because literally.
I like the place where there's like vampirus and gargoyles and stuff also has just like dragonflies and smokes.
Yep.
Like some random Hamlin encounters.
Makes sense if you didn't think about it.
It does.
I have actually gotten an iron.
Oh, if you don't think about it, okay, all right.
I've actually gotten an iron helmet going up from Zahan because I got single gargoyle encounter.
Nice. I've done that too. It's really good.
Pretty cool when I equipped it on for all of like 15 seconds. And then took it off and sold it very promptly.
For 15 seconds, that iron helmet was the most important iron helmet in the world.
And as I was saying before about Conan being able to beat things, there's a nice 30 damage from a physical attack. Oh, we actually ran from that. I would have just fought it. Oh, wait a minute. He didn't go get a leaf. He's being terrifying.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, this is the area I was talking about. So the headhunter here can double attack if he wants to. And these flying things are asleep, so they don't really matter right now. But when they're not asleep, they really matter because they can deal very good damage. We're not supposed to be here. And because our team is deciding to miss for no good reason.
Pop actually decided to be a show-off. I like this.
He's having some fun. Enjoying himself. Nice casual Let's Play.
I love DQ2 Let's Plays.
Same, dude. The only people who do it are people who really know the game, because no one else is dumb enough to play this game besides me. So, we're actually back in the zone that was near town, so we're back to having metal slimes around.
Hey, he didn't run into any sorcerers. That's always pleasant.
I mean, you might have jinxed that to go back into that zone, but...
Whatever.
Oh, hey. Okay, goodbye, Metal Slime.
Oh, got him.
I think I'm ahead of you somehow.
Maybe.
Unless this call is delayed or something, I don't know. Hard
Also
to tell.
possible.
These aren't metal slimes. Get out of our way.
No, they're not. They're
just really annoying. These are what, ghost rats, right? And they're pretty resistant to magic. And Lore obviously cannot swing down all three of them at once, or he would, so...
Oh, no, ghost rats,
And those aren't ghost rats, those are big rats, aren't they?
I'm not sure what you're thinking of, but the ghost rats, you can definitely just, like, wipe with Infernos. They just tend not to die sometimes because their HP is, like, a little higher than...
Ew, this is a fun encounter. So this is why Nana needs to be fast, for the most part. literally this encounter. Well, any encounter involving any very happy dude with an axe. So we don't like the happy dude with an axe.
Yep, this guy's Japanese name is Mr. Happy. That's a lie.
So that one
I
just
enjoyed
woke
calling
up.
it, so.
And the last one decided to wake up just in time to get put to sleep forever. I didn't know you could actually run into 4 of those, and now I'm even more terrified of this area. Oh, hey.
Ooh, a sorcerer. I don't like those.
We've got a few reasons for being here. One, we're gonna give this old man the cloth and the loom, so he can make us
good old water flying
clothes.
cloth.
Sadly, we can't get 2 of those in the game.
Oh my god, what a boon that would be. Because we actually care if Kanik and Moonbrook are both alive.
At that
would just
point,
be terrific.
at that point, Lore becomes the dead weight who you gotta be afraid of dying all the time. So, as I said before, we needed the 10 charms, so we'll buy those now. Because we have the money for it. We'll walk up here. And we're gonna flood the town. With the Watergate key that we also got before the Silver Key. Who really cares about this? Oh, absolutely.
Nobody cares about the Silver Key.
And we're back to Durkendall. Bonk, 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 bonk. So now we actually do have to be really sad because now we do have to sell the staff off.
I do like
The
that
last
staff when I remember that I have it.
There's no kiss in this game. That's DQ1. They're very tasty in DQ1. Especially when they breathe on you instead of biting you. Yeah, the blue dragons are actually called, like, Kisu dragons, so... I don't... Like, they were trying to go with, I guess, like, kill dragons or killer dragons, but they went with Kisu instead, so it's Kisu.
Oh, that was the DOS dragons. The DOS dragons were supposed to be death dragons, but...
Yeah.
But
There had to be
took up
something they were going
more
for with
space than... I think it's Keese, like, you know, like the bats in Zelda Keese.
I don't think so. That doesn't make any...
I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't think it, like, specifically a Zelda thing, but...
Yeah. Slug.
Although I guess Keese are specifically a Zelda thing, so now I have no idea.
Sorry for
I don't know.
ruining your entire life.
I ruined my own life, don't worry about it. I don't need your help or anybody else's.
So, we'll grab this leaf that I'm very happy worked out that he didn't grab earlier. I would never do that. I'm way too much of a baby for doing that. You always want Shi to have your leaf because he is by far your person who should never die. Or at least not first, unless something really bad happens. Get one last showing of the staff before we sell it, and I'm really sad.
I love that staff. I'm gonna miss that staff.
It was a good staff.
It was.
Conveniently, what we get for it instead is also pretty shiny. So
Yeah, I do find the Sword of Light preferable to the staff. Canon can actually use this sword. He's not just like stuck with Iron Spear forever and ever. So we're definitely gonna get that for him, and
Laura's going to get the Dragon Killer.
got a Dragon Killer for Forbidden Hall.
Got enough money, we don't need a giant hammer. Which I'm always afraid when I go
That
giant
is
hammer
probably why he decided to go to Tun first, actually,
out. Maybe.
to make sure that he would have the cash for Dragon Killer, because if you come here first, then you will never have the cash for Dragon Killer. That's like a guarantee.
So we've done a big circle around the world map at this point. So we're gonna go to the town that we were at before. Before we sailed out of Durkendal, we went right. Now we're going to just sail left, and we're going to end up exactly where we were. Pretty alright. Hey, it's a ghost. Oh, hey, he killed it. Why is he just killing me? So rude. So don't have a staff, we actually have to handle Man Wars again. Which is kind of annoying. Unless they all die from Boggy? They all die from Boggy. Okay, that's good then. Then we'll just swing down the Hawk and go about our business. Every single encounter in this game is very specifically handled to optimize. It's a really fun part of the game as well. And we don't want any
Love the encounter
encounters
handling
while
in this
we're on
game.
this land, because this
I
land
that's all
is...
there is encounter handling, but I love it.
Oh hey, it's trees. Good buddy trees.
Rotos' favorite enemy.
I mean, I'm a fan when they
Human-faced
drop the
tree.
stick. I like when they drop the stick for me, and then I didn't have to buy one.
Oh, do they drop Wizard Staff? That's really good. I didn't even realize that. I've never seen it happen. I don't think
I'm
anyway.
pretty sure they're the thing on... There's something on this island that drops it, and I'm pretty sure it's them, because I don't know what else it would be. So, later for Moon, we're going to get
that's
her
true.
staff that casts Gira. And, I'm pretty sure they just drop it, and then you tap one. And that's 2,500 gold you don't have to spend. And gold I don't have to spend, should I not die anywhere, is gold that can be put towards Shield of Strength later.
Rotos is psyched for Jinmenju.
Nice. Every day
I mean,
is
if you
made
want it
up.
to be Rotos, yeah, why not?
This isn't DQ1. You were better for making bad examples in DQ2 than I am, surprisingly. Albeit
Yeah.
I healed twice on Magicians today, and I'll have you know I got physicals both times. Well, I got physical the first time. The second time he ran, I was level 14. I wasn't really afraid of him not doing that.
Have it stop.
Never.
Fine. Oh, there's the reset. He's got to reset the game to set the flag for Water Flying Cloth. Is that about a 126 and change per round reset? That's really good.
Better than anything I'd ever get.
I really wish I would get better per round resets. I keep getting like 130s because I play this game once every like 3 months. Actually, no.
It's been longer than that.
Way less frequent than that. Hey, I'm busy, okay?
Busy.
I'm very busy. I'm very busy with very important things.
Where am I? There they are. Hello, I need to see my DQ2 splits, please.
Alright, so he's decided to go and throw himself on all these barrier strips, pretty much for 1 agility seed for Moonbrook. It's time to go back to Tun. Let's go.
Yeah, my PB Baron resets at 142. That's not great.
Oh gosh.
My PB had a bad start and then I killed Jim Hagure. Like, it was a train wreck up to Baron and then things went well. You're really missing that staff. Because we just keep running into multiple mana warriors.
Oh, I miss that staff so much. I pray for that staff to return every night.
So, meanwhile, though, Conan
never
now
answers my call.
And it also can cast Surround, which matters exactly at the absolute end of the game. Yeah, Attack Blue was indeed Q1 after I cast Gear and hit them for 20. And I already have this dual broadsword. Pretty sure they're guaranteed to die at that point.
Headhunter Double Hawkman, okay, cool.
This looks familiar.
That seems alright. He got this in like roughly the same place, actually, I think. On this first trip here.
I think he's a little bit further up. Not much,
Well,
but a
yeah.
little bit.
I mean, he's not taking the exact same
Yeah.
route either, because the water gate is open, but... He's had really nice trips to Tun, though.
Yeah, which is really good. This is, for me, the most terrifying.
like three headhunters, that's fine, like, honestly. Headhunters are 100% to go to sleep, so, like, you generally just shrug, and, like, sometimes you defend with...
And then Nana goes after all three of them,
and then...
and then you're really, really mad.
Yeah, that's true. That's alright, I'm not mad anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. If you're playing DQ2, you're probably just mad.
Yeah. What can I say? I have a habit of taking up self-flagellating hobbies.
Oh, man's like,
All
here's
right.
your clothes, rabble, rabble, rabble.
Yep. There you go, give them to the princess.
And now we get to do inventory management the game.
Inventory management the game was like 10 minutes in.
No, that was capitalism, the game. Take VPN. Okay, I thought so. So we only bought 1 10 charm earlier. And that explains some things to me. So the reason we want the 10 charm is it makes things like sleep and Mahoton less likely to hit. And it's pretty nice. Oh hey, Babongos. I could be playing in English and I'd still mess up Shot Boss. Like, it's not a language thing at all.
Oh god, yeah. Oh my god, when I tried to actually like use the English patch to fight the shop boss, and I just actually couldn't do it because I was too used to doing it in Japanese.
Yeah, so the lag of it coming up was too much.
Outstanding.
So no.
It was outstanding.
Now we're gonna go into this tower. And there's things we actually need, and then we're gonna continue to walk around because we also want prayer ring. Because as I said, we're literally just collecting prayer rings and everything else just happens to be on the way. So should the unfortunate happening ends up dead before he gets the prayer ring, we'll probably leave it. That shouldn't happen, so... You do not have to equip the charm. It just needs to be in your inventory, so we don't equip it. Because equipping it just wastes time. My sanity in DQ2 rando disappeared when my dad gave me a chest that was just a poison trap. And then I had to wander around poisoned until I fell over. And then I left town again, and I learned that, like, everything else outside of town could poison me. And then I finally made some progress, and I just started running into Atlas and Pazuzu, and then I didn't want to play anymore. And then I had, like, 4 Swords of Destruction, and I gave up once I got my boat. I didn't care anymore. Don't remember if there's anything special to say about these horks. I don't think so. So the defense seed. We feed our defense seeds to Nana as well. She's very fragile. He skipped the bonus. I forget what seed that is. Speaking of defense seeds, here I have another one. I don't know why there's just 2 defense seeds that are 2 floors apart in this tower, but they are. Oh, hey, Vampirus. So, he's fun. This is a regular one, though. She's not that bad compared to the mage vampire. Just don't want it dead. Just want everything dead so that we can walk away with our new experience. This is also the first part of the speedrun where we could technically run into a Hagade. And if you're going for world record, you're pretty much farming at least 1 here, maybe 2. And that's terrifying because everything else that's with them will just kill you. So we don't really like doing that. And if Pop gets a chance, he might go for it. If it's with a bunch of things that are scary, he might just give it up immediately. And just about everything else he's going to run from up here. But a Hagare this early makes everything so much safer. It's a lot of experience. But he got his prayer ring, so we're just out. We're not gonna be looking around for trouble we don't have to get in. Oh, hey. Tree fake. Nice. Go ahead and give us a branch, buddy, why don't you? Nope. So remember that time when we were getting the ship and I talked about how we're gonna have to enter that town again and then it's really obnoxious so we have to ride the ship out. We're headed there now. Which that town, for some odd reason, also has that staff that I was talking about trying to get. Hey, it's our good buddy Ghost. First, we're going to go to the end because we're going to an area where it's not difficult. It's the lighthouse we were talking about before. It's not difficult, but it's very, very long. And MP is very much a resource that can run out. So, I want to be nice and top it off. He's going to get the old man to move, and he's going to come up here, and he's going to buy the main staff. He's going to sell off her knife, because we don't need the knife anymore as well. And what he just did is he had her pass the water flying cloth to herself. That made it move from her inventory into a little, like, holdover area, and then back into her inventory. So she gets to keep it equipped the entire time, but it moves it under the staff. We want the staff in the first spot because it can just cast Fear if it. So it's the same spell that Canic is burning 2 MP for she can use for free now. Which, again, this area that we're about to head to very long. So if we can just use that staff to clear something out, we just saved MP. Saving the MP is good. There you go, staff makes it no MP cost, and everything is dead. Oh wow, he's almost directly above the tower. So, we're in the lighthouse. There's a crest in here. We've been collecting these things called crests. We need those to get an item called a Rubus Charm, which we use literally right at the end of the game. And we were supposed to come here a long time ago, actually. But we never did. Did you just get a 10 charm? Get a 10 charm right after buying 10 charms. That's great. Good, thanks. We can sell it. It's more money, but it's kind of silly.
Hi, rabbits. I'm back.
Welcome back. You just got a 10 charm drop from his first encounter in the lighthouse after buying 10 charms.
Nice. That's fine.
It's money.
A little bit of ROI.
Hey, Gorgon Balls.
Oh, Gorgon Ball. Gorgon Balls piss me off. Because sometimes they just, like...
Don't die.
Don't die, yeah.
Like right there, the way that he chose his targets. The expected turn outcome is Nana should always go first, and then Conan, more often than not, will go before she. So, Nana was supposed to kill both of the Gorgon Eyes, and failed. And then she outsped Conan, and only the last thing you kill can drop them. So, we do actually base things on trying to get more drops, because drops are money, and, well, we don't really need money now. We'll need a lot of it later. I mean, a lot of it. So, we're hoping to get the drops. You can sell the 10 charms for 320-ish, which is a decent little chunk of change. I mean, it's more than an encounter's worth. So, the goal is to try and kill the thing with the highest drop value last. That'll be much more visible when we're headed through Rondarkia's cave, where there's 2 monsters that drop very, very nice things. One of which is the gargoyles that will drop iron helms, and the other is the berserker, who drops the even better. He drops what, the big hammer, right?
What drops the big hammer?
Berserkers and Rondarkia.
Yeah, berserkers too.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what weapon. I'm like, there's not an axe weapon, so it's gotta be. And then
Yeah, big hammer's pretty nice. I don't know if their chance to drop big hammer is much worse than like iron helmet or anything, because you get more money for big hammer, but like, because like you generally have a choice of like, do you want to try and get iron helmet drop, or you want to get big hammer? But like, I think iron helmet's drop rate might be a little better from gargoyle.
I don't know. I just know Pop told me that gargoyle dies last unless you're in a situation where you can go for big hammer, and then you might as well just go for it. So
yeah, it's probably not so much different that it's like worth worrying about it.
Especially with how much more it's worth. It's a decent difference. But that's it's not for a hot minute still, so I didn't really have to worry about that. We're walking up here, and we're gonna walk over here. It's a fun fact, this area is entirely out of the way. And by out of the way, I mean we're going to pick up a prayer ring.
Vanderhevel. What up,
Seems okay.
Vanderhevel? This guy.
Oh wait, no, that's an HP. That's not. That's not the prayer
Yeah.
ring. There is no prayer ring.
Vanderhevel, you'll have to whisper me or talk to me later or something, because it's been a while.
I was waiting for the Hork ring drop to happen. I guess that's the Sumdiner special, not the Pop special. Pop special is like Metal, or Hagare and Metal Sign will just throw themselves at it to be murdered for the glory of the Yakuza. So these knights are pretty annoying. That Gremlin probably looks familiar. He was part of a boss fight earlier that actually force popped a reset. So.
Oh god, yeah. What a thing.
I wonder if we'll see Gremlin Bug today. So here you see another type of gremlin, and he just walks through here. So you just follow him, and oh heck, he must have ran past this old man, right? Oh no, right there he is. He was just right there. He's hiding behind the old man. That's what was happening.
There it is. There's the gremlin that came in here, and it's definitely not the old man.
No, he's an old man. How could he possibly be a gremlin? Next, you're gonna tell me he's 4 gremlins.
He's definitely never gonna be a gremlin. He's absolutely not 4 gremlins in an old man suit.
Be silly. We would never fall for 4
What a
gremlins.
stupid thing to
Just
fall
throwing
for.
a blanket on and picking up a stick and putting on a face.
What a bunch of tiny baby morons these heroes would have to be.
So we're gonna keep following this old man. He told us he knew where something was. I assume the crest. Oh hey, a dragonfly. So we're just gonna kill that and go on our way.
Oh, good. I like it when it's 1 dragonfly that doesn't kill me instead of 3 that do kill me. Or 4 that do kill me, I should say.
So one of the really annoying things about this is you see he stops moving and the old man has to just like blip into existence, and that's really annoying to me. Because that's really delayed.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's so delayed.
It's obnoxious.
Because there's no delay there. The old man just pops into existence. So we open this chest, and the old man's actually 4 gremlins in it.
Oh, there he is.
Aww,
There's the old man.
No gremlin bug.
There's a really fun thing that can happen at the top of this tower where you can just lose your progress entirely. Because the way these 4 gremlins spawn, they don't always spawn in like a set of 4. They'll spawn however they damn well feel like it. But it's based on like the last encounter you got. And sometimes like, or actually it's really more based on the last like 5 encounters you got, which is, I don't understand why they did this. Like, I just absolutely don't. But it results in problems sometimes where you just like, the game orders the gremlins into like 1 of 4 different enemy groups each. There's only 4 enemy groups in an encounter from 0 through 4, and basically it'll make them skip 1, and then they don't actually show up in the enemy list, and it's a real problem. Because if you accidentally like automatically attack a gremlin that doesn't technically exist, you will soft lock the game. No, you'll you'll soft lock the game. It'll just sit there claiming to be attempting to attack and then never do so.
Oh yeah, this little girl is actually a vault.
Oh yeah, they just put all the banks of the churches. That says a lot about Alucard, huh?
I'm gonna store our money because we don't want to lose it. And we've been killing a lot of gremlins, so we're gonna do something for a change of pace here, and we're gonna kill a different type of gremlin. And of course they're separated, because why would they ever show up together?
No, that would be silly.
What, do I want to put them both to sleep? I don't need to put them. Just one to sleep is enough, right? No, I would like to put them both. So we're gonna pick up Star's favorite item.
What item is here?
I don't know.
Is there an item here?
No, there isn't. Don't worry about it.
All right, good. Because I've never picked up an item there.
Yeah, there's definitely
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's no such thing as a water seal in the game.
What's a water seal?
Why would you call it a water seal? It's just a seal.
What are you talking about?
Naturally live in water.
I don't understand what you're saying. Every so often, like, whatever you're saying just starts like sounding like glitchy white noise. Whenever you talk about this item that's supposed to be there, I just hear like I'm in some kind of Dragon Quest marathon creepypasta. And I don't really like this very much. I want to get off.
There's no escape from Mr. Pop's wild ride, so...
Ah, no, there's really not. Yakuza does not let you off the wild ride.
So yeah, we went and we got the water seal from there, and I get to move along again. Sadly, all of that did not give us another prayer ring. Really a worthless encounter, but we did end up getting a moon shard, which lets us make rocks disappear. I don't know. It works though. So there's a seed we can definitely take, but we're going to walk right by it because this floor is terrifying. And I don't know why this floor they decided to make so terrifying. We're gonna let that seed stay right where it is. It's not important enough. This is also the next area where we can find Hago-chan. There'll only be one more. So these mummies, they spooked him, so he's just gonna run away from them. Oh, hey, they can put people to sleep. I didn't know that. Now I do.
Yep, they can totally touch you to sleep.
Really terrible.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I've never seen them put someone to sleep before.
Surround is generally what you want to do against those guys, because not only does nothing else really work very well, but that's like their primary mode of hurting you anyway, is bapping you with the sleepy newspaper, so...
Hey, it's the thing that we fought in town forever ago. Now it's going to die.
Hey, and it's not three of them. That's pretty cool.
It only being one of them is good. Oh, you just went over what time apparently? It suddenly just turns red.
One of them plus 2 gold orcs is actually the worst.
Yeah. I mean, I never want to see the orcs in general.
It's the worst.
They like to heal, and that's really annoying.
Pop called that encounter specifically the worst Kuso Enka.
That's amazing.
And I was like, this is terrific. Because it is, because not only like is it 2 gold orcs and a killer tiger, but those gold orcs are not grouped.
Yeah.
Because screw you, I'm Dragon Quest.
So we don't want that first chest because it's a trap. Literally, it's a trap. Second one there is a strength seed, so Lord just eats that up. Gains 2 more strength. Oh hey, mummy, gold orc. Everything is terrible. Yeah, bandit heal. Of course it did, because why wouldn't it?
Wow, yeah.
Oh hey,
this
died anyway.
sucks ass, yeah. What a bunch of garbage. Oh, yep, keep going, Gold Orc. You're the man.
Gold Orc doing his best.
This Overwatch team knows how to coordinate.
Oh, that was terrible. Okay. Oh god, it's not dead yet. Die.
Nothing's dead yet. Nothing ever dies. It
Conan
just never
does.
truly lives.
Oh, this is fun too.
I can't decide if I like this more or less. The Skull Knight has a sap, I want to say.
Probably more now that I know sleep is a thing. Before knowing sleep is a thing, I'd say I'd like the other one.
Oh yeah, no, you can put this thing to sleep, and that's totally cool.
But
Actually,
I mean, getting hit by sleep. Don't want to deal with that.
oh, getting hit by oh, the mummies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah. Come to think of it, I'd definitely rather always fight a Skull Knight.
Oh, hey, we got a
something.
thing.
I didn't actually catch
charm?
what it was. No. I was pretty sure Goldork drops lottery tickets, but
I thought I saw
lottery
Maul on it.
oh, wait, maybe I'm wrong.
I swear we play this game, and he plays it much more than I do.
Look. Shut up.
I can't talk. I learned this game in like a month, and then I did one run and did terrible, and I hit the whole
about
since.
100 years. Like, literally 100.
I believe it. Hi, Killer Tiger. So one of the really good things about being able to get the Dragon Killer and not getting the Big Hammer is, you see, Conan is capable of dealing damage. If we take the Big Hammer, he needs to give his sword to Laurasia, which means he just kind of cowers in fear and may cast heal for time. And that's kind of all that he's good for in that situation, so we don't want to be in that situation. But we're about to see the first... Okay, no. I was about to say, wait a minute, maybe you drop magic armor, and I'm like, no, you just picked that up out of the chest. So we get to see the first real point, and we're not going to see this again until we're literally at the end of the game, of Conan being the most important party member. So Moon has no defense right now, because just, like, took her armor entirely away from her. So because if she dies, it sucks, but it's whatever.
Yeah, this is the mild beginnings of a trend where Moonbrook is not important.
And also, it's technically better off if she just dies.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to kill her anyway. It's just nice if she's still alive in case you just get hit by a killer machine on those last few steps. Should have been there, done that. Conveniently, I got away, but been there, done that. And then suddenly Laura was the only one alive, and I was like, oh, okay. Hi, Diener. So these are the tiles I was talking about before. So Moon's dead. We want her dead because if she's not, then Conan gets sick. Don't think too hard about that. I don't. Oh. So we're gonna deposit our money. Toward the moon shard, because we don't need that anymore, so it's just clogging up inventory space. We just get rid of it. Sold something for 480. I'm pretty sure that it was a 10 charm. So, changed our equipment back around again. Nana's back to having a water flying cloth. We're good to go now. Good to enjoy the video game, except Nana's dead. So we gotta kind of remedy that, I guess. She might prefer not being dead. Not 100% sure. Bring her back to life. Spending the 200 gold to kill her and revive her costs you a lot less money than the time that it would take to have Conan get sick. burn a leaf in order to bring him back from being sick into your party, and then go get another leaf.
That's pretty much what DQ2 commentary turns out to be.
Yep.
Just two friends having a chat while somebody plays DQ2.
Normally talking about how we're really glad we're not the ones doing it.
But I want to play.
So do I, but then it's also, I watch someone play and I'm like, man, I would never want to have to deal with that. Kind of like a goldfish syndrome. I just forget that I don't want to deal with it. And I'm like, man, I really like to play DQ2. And then I run into these same encounters and I'm like, man, why? Why am I playing? I'm ready to not be involved with a Dragon Quest game. Ooh. So this is Rondarkia Cave. Place sucks. I didn't really know what else to say about it. It's very dangerous and it's very long and it's a pain. And this encounter is completely terrible and everything is wrong in the world. So, you know, it's fun. At least two of them were grouped up. And now Laura and Conan can't hit the broadside of a barn, which is not good. Moon's just gonna keep putting everything else to sleep while they keep missing repeatedly. Oh, hey, never mind, now everyone's asleep. And everything is terrible again. So this is why we have those 10 charms, was so that Conan wouldn't fall asleep when everyone else did.
That's kind of the rub with that, though, isn't it? Because Sweet Breath is what put him to sleep, as I recall.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And Sweet Breath is not repelled by
I always forget
Dragon's Bane.
I always forget that.
Because there's got to be two different kinds of sleep. The kind that you can repel with a charm, and the kind that you can't.
Yeah. So we want to go over 3 here, and then we'll go down. And suddenly staircase. So now we're going to go get a bunch of money, because this cave is long and dangerous, so we're going to wait around in it for a bit and have some fun. So here you'll see we got the Berserker, which is just automatically put to sleep. And we're going to kill this ghoul off, because the ghoul is worthless. And we got the Gargoyle here floating, so we're going to kill him off next. And now we're going to finish the Berserker off, and what we're doing is we're going for the big hammer drop. That's exactly how that works out. And he had both Conan and Nana defend there, in case he gets back attacked. Again, kill the ghoul off first. The Orc King can drop an Iron Spear. It's the third best thing on our list of available drops. Unless, you know, you want a Dragon's Potion from Hagu-chan. Oh, hey.
Ooh, he did get the lottery ticket.
Oh, that is Fukubiki. Okay, so he's the one who drops Fukubiki. And
yeah, he is the one
why
that drops.
does Gold Orc drop? I thought he dropped Iron Spear. Who in here drops
sure Gold Orc drops Iron Spear, and that idiot drops
maybe
lottery ticket.
Oh well, our heroes have a gambling addiction, so it's... Oh no!
Oh my. Well, that's deeply unpleasant.
Yep. So you don't want encounters on this floor. Believe it or not, from what you just saw. You really don't want encounters on this floor right now.
Yeah, definitely preferable not to be
so we're just gonna
when
balance.
You're getting stuff.
This is why we have extra Chimera Wings, by the way. Oh no, he's got... Yeah. He's not dead, though. If you don't have enough MP for what he just did, you actually keep Chimera Wings on you as a, in case expletive happens. Conveniently, the lore is dead, so we can just go to the inn.
Conveniently, Laura is just dead.
Mm-hmm. Phrases you don't often hear, but...
I know that's true, it's just...
Someone's dead, so we can
it's
use
just
the
difficult.
I'm pretty sure that he thought about it because he healed, and then he used outside. At that early, though, there's not really a reason to continue. You might as well as just leave, because you're gonna have to leave anyway and go get a leaf later, so, eh. The thing that sucks though is he hasn't really gained any survivability. He doesn't have Rhoda's armor yet. He doesn't have the lightning sword. There's nothing to make the cave easier yet. Oh yeah, the first thing you get is the mysterious hat.
Oh yeah, no, the hat is clutch. You want the hat
Pretty useful.
above anything else first, yeah. Because if you have to make a subsequent trip after getting the
So the hat cuts MP cost in half, and it rounds down. So Nana's 5 heal now costs 2, making it less than what it cost for Conan to use a week. Pretty alright. The 5 turns into a 2.5, but it doesn't. It never ever takes up the 2.5 or the 0.5. So just do it. The game doesn't know how to round. Big hammer? Show me the big hammer. I think you got it. Nice. Cool. That's a decent little bit of money. Money's good. Shoutouts to money.
I love money.
Same.
Especially when I can buy Shield of Strength with it.
I just want to buy nearer figures, but you know.
Well.
Oh,
I mean, that's true.
And there's the iron helmet. Okay. Suddenly,
Yo, nice.
Suddenly we're getting
That's
some
fine.
money.
It's not going to be taking a detour for no Shield of Death, that's for sure.
And we're gonna go find this nice, very convenient hole that puts us at the best available spot on this terrible floor where he gets an encounter anyway. I mean, if you're gonna take an encounter on this floor, probably not the worst. There's no Hargon Knights in this, so I would count that as a...
Hargon Knight appearing on one floor. Like one, I think it's one floor.
Yeah, it's just this
It's
one.
just the pit, right? Like,
Yeah.
well, I think the pit might share, not the Hork pit, the other pit, kind of. The one above the lightning sword. It's just a giant room. And I think there might be like some of the intermediary stairwells that also share the same floor with that, but other than that, that's like nothing but that.
I've never seen him anywhere but there.
Yeah.
He's got to trade a big hammer over.
Got the lightning sword.
I need to start cutting Death Shield, because I really do die a lot going for it. You get back attacked by 4 dragons, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you only really want to like go for Death Shield when like you're finding yourself screwed on money and you need to go get experience anyway. So like you just kind of head back from the top floor back down, not like on your way in. If you're gonna go for Death Shield, that's how you would do that. Because then you're like, well, I need to go fight this crap anyway, and you're supposedly strong enough to do so. Because you're not going to necessarily have like Shield of Strength for the grind after actually getting to the Roan Shrine. It's not reasonable to expect all the time. So that's how you want to get Death Shield, because then like your problems are kind of mitigated to some extent. Like you're expecting to go fight that stuff instead of you know, oh my god, get away from me.
I don't have to just worry as much about it.
Yeah. Most of the time, something bad has to happen in the first place for you to even really need it, kinda, so...
I'm gonna have to fun, especially when nothing is asleep. So here's one of those situations where we gotta kind of call an audible. Nothing's asleep, so we just need the gargoyle dead. Because Nana can't use spells anymore, so we give up on the Iron Helmet and accept our fate.
That thing's gotta go.
Hi,
That's all there is
Kyoko.
to it.
Yep. Now we go get the big fancy armor. Feels real good. We got the big fancy sword, now we gotta go get the big fancy armor. Guy in the mill is nice and all, but it's not an item of Roto.
So long, Gaia Armor. You were worth a lottery ticket. One would think that, like, with the need for buying Shield of Strength later, you'd want to, like, keep Gaia Armor around to sell it, except it sells for exactly as much as a lottery ticket does.
Yep. It's not worth anything. I mean, it is, like, made out of earth, I guess? I don't...
It really just makes me think that lottery, like, Gaia's armor is made out of lottery tickets.
Yeah, it's just made out of dirt. Really hard dirt.
So lottery tickets made out of dirt.
Maybe. It's entirely
Or
quality.
lottery... Or, like, can you wear lottery tickets as armor?
It's like a dragon scale, maybe.
You know, you might be right.
I can sell a bunch of lottery tickets and buy a bunch of herbs in a very specific pattern, and I can buy any armor I want.
That's true. So at this point, Pop has actually gotten all of the, like, the big 3 important items in the cave. And he's not in any shape to move forward yet. Because his, like, MP's not great. So he's basically gonna, like, hunt some stuff for experience with what remaining he has, and then leave and heal. And then he's gonna make a gun for it, or he's gonna get owned, and then he's going to come back.
Good.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Okay,
That's
goodbye.
That's not really an issue so much as just, like... I mean, he could have gotten some extra experience, and that would have been nice. But he's still in shape to actually, like, move on, I want to say. Like, 16, 14, 11 is fine. Yeah, no problem.
I love Jack.
He's just getting extra experience, so, like, if he got booted, it's whatever. That's what he expected, basically.
Did you watch that EQ one?
I was grinding.
Yeah, rip. I'm wondering, because I saw people talking about Pop getting something, and I'm like, is it a metal form?
Hello, yes, I'm here.
Same. I put the orb. See you, bud.
Oh, hello, hello.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh.
Eat.
Oh.
Eat. Son.
Oh.
Oh. Like, what? You're ahead of me now. You were like a fight behind, and now you're ahead.
Look, I think I was just reacting slowly earlier because I wasn't paying attention.
Nice, dude.
I am a very good commentator. Alright.
I do commentary, dude.
Not commentary, commentator. There's a very clear difference that I'm demonstrating.
Pop did kill him at Simon DQ1. Of course he did. I still beat him somehow. His golem walk had to be atrocious. I saw a lot of people chirping him about that. I think I killed Golem in like 35 minutes. It was okay. Yeah, you know, DQ2, not DQ1 anymore. I'll just have to go back and watch the race and see all the ridiculous stuff everyone else had to put up with.
This
while I was
isn't
just an idiot.
DQ1?
Nope. This is the other part of that game.
Oh.
This is the part that warps into the ocean in the middle of that one.
Yeah, right. I remember that part. The part where you wrong warp into the sea.
That's why the English patch is bad.
Oh, yeah. It's a very good reason why.
So, these mage vampirists, they can go die in a fire. I despise them with every fiber of my... Because, well, oftentimes, they will do literally nothing. Other times, they will single-handedly wipe out your entire party, or be otherwise a nuisance forever.
They tend to be better at wiping out your party when, like, they're accompanied by killer machine.
Yep. Yeah, they're normally they're not really
you
good
get those
at
sweet, like, 1 in 32 chances to go to sleep.
Of course. Why wouldn't you guys? It's not like you have a charm to stop that or any. Ooh. So.
Good. Tasty dragons. Dragons are both asleep. They'll go down pretty quick.
We did this turn. Dragons are pretty much the tastiest thing right now. It's not metal and shiny and tiny. We'll throw that in, that tiny in there to make sure I'm not talking about Killer Machine. Also, Nana just learned a spell that Conan's had since like level 3, so that's cool.
Great.
We also have never used that spell because it just doesn't matter. All it does is cure poison. Poison really isn't that
I've
much
used
of
the
an
poison
issue.
cure.
Not
Well,
this
later.
round.
Yeah.
I've used it before too because if you get poisoned, you just get poisoned over and over again. Or you just don't. There's no in between. It's either you use the
that's
safety
true.
route so that you get 2 antidotes instead of 1, and then you get poisoned 3 times before you get anything accomplished, or you just never get poisoned, and then it's just sitting in your inventory waiting.
I mean, maybe that just happens.
I hate poison in this game. Long story short, I really hate poison in this game. Not because it's deadly or dangerous. It's just a nuisance, and I don't want to deal with it.
It's the worst.
I have
in
things
this
that are.
late game.
I have things that are
Because
actually dangerous to deal with.
It's just a guarantee that you're going to spend 9 mana. MP.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Literally nothing.
because devil lords are huge jerks.
Oh, that's
They're like, well, I'm not going to kill you now, but I'm going to waste like 20 seconds of your time after this battle's over.
and him. Great. Good.
Oh, here we go. He's outside.
I believe in him.
So the aim is to get to the shrine and make a save point. Cyclops. Cyclops aren't bad. They can hit decently hard, but
They
you
can't
surround
see.
them.
I mean, they only have 1 eye in the first place, so now they go to like 25% accurate.
That's true, yeah. No, wait, no, it's not. Shut up.
I mean, if you have 2 eyes, you go to 50. If you have 1, you go to 25.
They're absurdly slow, though. Like, you can pretty much safely just smash into them for the most part, once you've at least got them surrounded. Because they're like virtually guaranteed to go second. Ooh, Arcdemon and Gigantes already got away. That's good.
Yeah.
You don't really want to see those guys. All right, hey, great, you got in without incident. That's good.
Easy game.
Yeah. Like, pretty smooth, honestly. Everything's just gone pretty nicely so far.
Nice, Poost subs. I enjoyed it. Curry, you know better than that. I'm not even gonna honor that with anything more of a response. Someone who is supposed to eventually learn DQ1 whenever they're not busy reading Final Fantasy XIV forever. Oh hey, speaking of poison being just a massive nuisance that doesn't actually do anything besides be a nuisance.
Yup. So now that he's worked so hard to get to the shrine, it's time to go back from the shrine to where he came from. Mostly because he's gonna need a good chunk of levels before he actually moves on to the last section of the game. So this grind is gonna take him to levels 20, 18, and 15, respectively. Primarily for the sake of Kanik having Firebane, because you really can't be waltzing around in Hargon's castle without it. Ah, this is a kind. Yep, there you go. Good job. Good job, Silver Devils.
I love Dragon Quest 2.
Zenmetsu.
I love Dragon Quest 2.
Same.
Anyway. So we're gonna repeat this for a while. You know, there's a 4-hour estimate. We're at 2:20 now, and we've been doing it for a hot minute. We're gonna be doing this for the rest of the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, the rest of the game is, in fact, a grind.
Yeah, we just kind of slowly move along and hope for Hagushan.
It is
give us 15 minutes of free time.
Technically difficult grind. It's definitely not like you just walk back and forth and hold X and you kill everything. You need to like think about the encounters because you could just suddenly die at any given time. So it's a pretty stressful grind. There's nothing relaxing about it.
And there are drastic changes in handling based on what level Conan is. We're at the point where Conan is the most important character as soon as we get a few more levels into him. And he just starts massacring everything. For now, it's pretty much the Laurasia show because he deals so much damage with that sword. Kinda his world and everyone else is just living in it. Unless he's dead from all the enemy encounters, and then it's their world and you're dying in it because you will not live anymore.
I mean, either way.
Once we finally have enough money to buy Shields of Strength, though, life gets nice. Even one of them makes life a lot nicer in terms of your energy expenditure. I really hate that the priest is right in front of that staircase, or the hallway. So you can just get stuck on him. So shout out to this guard being this guard.
Oh, you mean that fake Ragnar?
Yeah. White Ragnar.
But again, I hate the NPCs in general.
Yeah, yeah. So we get to sell
There's
off
no reason to like them.
most of the gear that we really had. We don't need it anymore, so we just turned it all into money. As well as the lovely drops that we got. So that we can get one of these shields of strength I was talking about. And you think, oh, let's call it the shield of strength. Probably makes it really strong. Actually, it just tastes really good. So we're gonna lick it and gain health. It's very
It's
nutritious.
actually just like one big York peppermint patty.
Just take a big old bite out of it.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
And we're also gonna go get the Rubish Charm now.
It makes you feel like you're on the frozen mountaintops of Rhone.
Getting killed by a blizzard. Using Zarok.
Yeah,
Wishing you weren't there
it
anymore.
really makes me feel like my blood has turned to ice.
Oh, no, wait, that's just the frost breath. Oh god, it hurts.
That's technically what Zaraki does, apparently.
Really?
Or defeat.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
like the description of the spell, like in Japanese, is like it freezes your blood and kills you.
Sounds like a way
It's
to
kind
go.
of amazing. It's kind of amazing.
God. That's dark. That's very dark.
Yeah.
I
Dragon
thought
Quest
it,
is a
I thought it
lighthearted
just made
video
you
game
fall
series.
over dead. Like, having your blood just
You know, with
frozen
like,
in
yeah,
place
your
inside
eyes
of
are
you.
X's,
It's a little bit
like your
worse.
tongue sticking out. Cartoon doing noises.
Oh, I love Dragon
But no,
Quest.
you're actually just... You are just shattered by your own bloody razor blades.
It's like really, really bad sickle cell. So you're telling me?
Yeah, I think so. I remember this is the game that Yuji Horii wanted to end by having Kanik permadead, and
I mean,
his sister stabbing Middenhall for getting him killed.
yeah, there's something you all need to pay attention to in the credits here, where we actually take Kanik's dead body to visit his sister.
It's just a box. I don't know what it is.
It's a dead body.
Well, you know, it's like Seven, right? Like you don't know what's in the box until you open it.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Bing, bing, bing. Even though there were 5 things, there's only 4 lights, so one of them just doesn't get to have a light. Feels real bad.
You are the light. You are the light of Alefgard.
I don't think that's true.
Well, it
No.
is, so
Oh, I could just imagine Rubius coming down. You were the light of Alefgard, and then like Conan smiles, and she just looks at him like, "Not you." He's like, "Oh,
no, you go back to bed.
oh." And then she kills him. Oh my god. She casts the
You are-
Rocky on him specifically, and he just
You
falls
are
over.
terrible.
I mean, yeah, we're picking on him right now, but he's a few levels away from being very important. But for now, he isn't. We're gonna pick on him more.
He'll be important one day.
I believe in that.
Big strong boy.
Big is questionable. Strong also questionable, but can be very
I don't know
magical.
that I believe in him, but
I believe in what he can be, not what he is.
yeah. Yeah, this run is smooth.
Just kind of chugging along. The only really terrible luck situation was, I guess, the first try with Devil Priest. That forced a reset.
Dying to Gremlins kind of sucked.
Oh yeah! I completely forgot that happened because that never happens.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it can happen, but does it? No. Really. Until it does. And then you're just really sad.
Well, not that sad, but
I get pretty sad over things where it's like, I've got a 95% chance of not dying here, and it's like, oh, I'm dead. And I'm like, oh, really? Why? It doesn't seem mad. It's just like, I don't know. mildly upsetting. Chat's about
You get miffed.
talking about pepper jack or some sharp cheddar. What type of cheese are we talking about here?
Yeah, pepper jack's good. For sure.
Pepper jack is the best cheese. Blue cheese is very, very good in certain situations. It's very situational though. Pepper jack is pretty much your Swiss Army knife. Swiss cheese also not that great. Not a fan. Yeah, we're grinding, so I'm perfectly fine with talking about cheese instead. Gouda? Gouda's alright. I don't eat much Gouda. Yeah, Swiss cheese is like, you're holding out on me. It's like, hey, look, this cheese costs just as much as every other cheese. There's holes all through it. But I'm paying the same price for less cheese. I'm not a fan.
But what if the less cheese is better cheese?
I mean, it depends. Also, shout-outs to the 10 charms, to letting 2 people go to sleep. I don't think I've ever actually had brie. Probably alright. I'm not terribly picky.
I did not like brie.
Still
did not like brie. Still.
This is looking very much like a Lavitch run. I think everyone just keeps going to sleep anyway, and it doesn't matter that you have charms. This time it's actually from Bradiho, not breath attacks. Oh, this is a fun fight. I love it when the dragons decide not to go to sleep, and my defense goes down, and then the dragons just start chomping me, and I'm like, oh, ow, ow, please stop. I'm really not a fan of when the dragons don't go to sleep in general. See, I have a cheese joke I want to make. This isn't my stream, so I'm gonna be good. Oh boy, they're awake and breathing. That's always a good sign. Especially when Conan has 22 HP. One more level to go. Oh, it's actually mildly inconvenient. One more level to go and I actually had to go back to town.
Ooh.
He did step guard though.
Well, if he's casting step guard, then he's on his way.
I'm dumb and bad and didn't pay attention to his experience values.
think he's just opting to go earlier. Probably, certainly with the intent of gaining 18 quickly.
So in here is much nicer on experience because you get a lot more dragons. But you also get a lot more killer machines and bad and Nana's dead.
Yeah.
Getting there is not a fun experience either.
Oh no.
Like,
No.
you'll get the levels that you need and then you'll spend like 15 minutes just white ground looping and being really sad.
The strong outside roan zone. The roan zone.
Roan.
Why didn't I ever think of that? I'm so bad. Alright. Thinking about getting stuck in the roan zone. So, the strong encounter zone outside is the worst place in the game to be. Followed by the weak zone outside, then Hargon's castle, then the top level of the Roan Cave. This version was on Super Nintendo, yeah. Well, Super Famicom. We didn't get an English version.
The English version of this is on Game Boy, more or less.
Yeah, that's true, actually. The Game Boy Color version is based on this one, so...
Which is why the DQ1 Game Boy Color run is very, very similar to ours. They kill more dragons than we do. Oh, goodbye, Conan.
See ya.
So remember I was talking about how we carry around spare Chimera wings? This is why.
Yep.
Because now I'm going to get back down faster.
Yep.
And just be really sad. Because Conan right now is the main person who needs MP. So him being the one that dies is the absolute worst. But yeah, the quality of life and advantages of this versus NES are really good, and then the quality advantages of it over Game Boy are very good. So my preferable version of the available ones. I guess what you prefer MS-DOS because you can get your dangerous bikini.
MSX? Yeah.
Or MSX.
Definitely. Yep. No, absolutely. Oh my god, the MSX version is...
It exists, right?
It does exist. There's no denying that. No matter how hard I try.
I wonder if the Famicom Disk System had a version of DQ1. Seems like everything does. I think that there's actually a version of DQ1 on my toaster. I'm not 100% sure on that one, though.
You mean your PS3? Yeah.
I mean my toaster.
Right, your toaster.
I mean an actual toaster.
Oh, I always thought the PS3 could make like paninis or something.
It
looks
probably.
like a panini press.
It probably could.
So you can have a nice panini while you play a bad version of DQ1.
I don't think PS3 has a version of DQ4. It has DQ4.
Oh.
You're thinking PS4, not PS3.
Oh, I am. Okay. No, the paninis don't come out as good on the PS4.
No.
That's a problem.
The PS4 is just a rhombus. Like, I don't understand the design choice on that. Like, why?
I don't understand why they called Arc Demons Bullwongs, but here we are.
Because
and
Bullwong is the sound that I make whenever he does yet that.
Woo, still alive.
It's kind of like his shield, or did he ever heal him?
I missed it.
Yeah, I'm a commentator, and I'm here just trying to figure out like what I should do in given situations. By the way, anytime I watch DQ2, it's literally just a big lesson.
Out situations, yeah. Well, there's nothing to do in that situation, I guess.
Aww.
Yep.
Aww.
Yep.
Oh, I was waiting for to sleep and the 2 defense ups.
Yeah, that was harsh. Harsh is an understatement.
Not great. I really, really hate blizzards with the burning passion, 1,000 suns. And it's not like, oh, he should have just went and got level 18 elsewhere. He has to get through here eventually.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can do about this. And while the HP and stuff from the level is nice, it's not.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whenever they want it.
That being said, he's still going pretty aggressive.
Oh yeah.
He's got a lot of leeway until estimate. Like, so ideally, like the average end game for someone who can handle it well, I'm gonna give that caveat, is should be around like 105. I get the feeling Pop is gonna try and get lower than that. So like he's on his way. He's been working on that end game right now, really, and has still got a good like 20 minutes of leeway. He's kind of really going in on this end game here. World record is
256?
It's like 257 and change, I want to say.
Easy way to figure this out. 257.42.
There you go.
Which is less than a minute faster than Pop, but it also has one more Metal Babble, so it's 15 minutes slower than Pop. Because a Metal Babble saves you 15 minutes of grind.
That's like 10.
Not 10 to 15.
Yeah, it depends, but...
I'm pretty sure the world record, though, has like 2 in Tower of Moon or something.
Yeah, it's like 4 total.
And that's saving you a lot of time. Yeah, there's 4
2.
total. Pop had 3. Oh god, Yagamu's PBS 5.
Who's?
Yagamu.
Oh, wow.
He's only at 312. That's surprising.
Yeah, Dragon Quest II records at the top end are a pretty funny thing because most, like, you see a lot of time saved on good old Hago-chan.
Does Diener not have a submitted time for 2?
He has never submitted one that I've seen.
That's
Diener! What are you doing?
Well, he got good at DQ2 and then he went back to DQ3.
Yeah.
And now he's in Limit Break playing DQ3, so... Pop is as well. Sadly, no one's playing 2 in Limit Break, and that makes me sad. That's the only reason I'm not going. I could have played DQ1 at Limit Break if they would have just put in DQ2. I'm only slightly salty that they took 3 in 2 years after they had 3 in. Versus taking 2 in at all. Ever. I do appreciate them putting anything in, though. Not as much as I appreciate Retro Gaming Live letting us do the trifecta.
Yeah, I've always kind of thought, you know, the Roto trilogy would be like a nice thing. But what do I know? Ah, he made it to the castle. Good. And not as good. Well, there goes the leaf.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you burn the leaf here, right?
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Like you're actually in, and you just burn the leaf.
You just use the leaf like right away if you need to.
Just kind of accept, and you take 2 or 3 levels
Yep.
at least.
Once you actually get to this place, you want to be very aggressive about staying here because the hope is that you stay in this castle for like the rest of the game.
So Archfiend, you can just go ahead and drop a prayer ring, right? Oh wait, no, this isn't Sumdiener. That won't happen. His
This is a
ability
Sumdiener and it's
to
not
ring
a-
drop literally everywhere is obnoxious.
It's not a puppet man.
No, it was a hork.
Oh god, that's right.
Must be nice, man. I don't think I've ever got anything to drop me a prayer ring at this point. Not that I've played this game very long, but... I was forced into situations where I fought enough Archfiends that I should have got one eventually. We are grinding. We need a lot of levels.
Yep.
We will be in here for a while.
That was a nice pile of dragons.
Yep. Pile of Dragon is always what we're looking for. We just get steadily better ways of making them not be alive anymore.
So, the idea here is, well, the grind is pretty tight because you need to keep your MP at a point where you can keep doing things, and you're depending on prayer rings to do so, which have a 10% chance of actually breaking when you use them. You don't want to leave the castle under any circumstances because having to walk through the much stronger enemies on the way here is pretty bad. So, like, there's a lot of resource management here in terms of, like, keeping your HP and your MP not necessarily topped off, but, like, within reasonable ranges that balance between using up your resources and not making too much use of those resources to chance breaking things. Like, you could just get lucky and never break prayer rings, but the fewer times you have to use them, the better chance more of them will last, or all of them will last. And keeping your prayer rings together involves making prudent use of them in general, like, you know, not really using them until you absolutely have to if you can help it. As well as doing stuff like healing with Shield of Strength, or healing in battle in general. Healing in battle is not only faster than being outside of battle and healing, because you don't have to go through all the dialogue. Like, the dialogue appears very quickly, and the jingle doesn't take precedence over doing other things. So, oh, we got a devil armor. That's money just in case he needs it later. If he gets booted again, he'll probably buy a different shield or something. Or to give to Nana for a while so she can heal herself for free. Like, you might as well look at the silver lining. And so you can heal faster in battle, you can heal cheaper in battle because Kana can heal himself with the Shield of Strength, and Moonbrook can heal at a discount because you have a mysterious hat to cut her MP costs. So there's those things to consider, and that's just the healing, really. Like, just like the bare bones, like, you know, okay, so that's kind of how I should heal. But like, it's easy to say, okay, so I should heal in battle, but like, then you think about these battles and how they're all very, very adept at killing you if you let them. So you have to prioritize neutralizing threats. And sometimes, like, if you can make room to heal in battle, you do, around other things. it's pretty complex. Like the way you can handle like the same encounter more than once, just because of what happens on like the first turn or the second, and further into the battle. Things just change drastically.
I think it's always nice. There's like one dragon and it's half dead. Start healing.
Oh, yep. And then there's the matter of actually handling these battles quickly. They're all very strong. They're all above what you technically should be fighting if you were playing casually. I was flipping through like the official guidebook for this, for the hell of it. It's they say that you should be in Hargon's Castle here like 8 levels above the point at which we beat the game. To give you an idea of how underleveled we are coming in here and doing this. And there's no like Thunder Sword glitch or anything like that. You just play it straight.
You mean Falcon Sword of Destruction?
Yeah, that. Yeah, that's it. Hakabusa.
What a fun glitch.
Like there's you just gotta fight these things and they're very hard to fight. And you have to do it for an hour while balancing all of those variables.
Oh no, we're not supposed to enter here until we're 8 levels higher. Bam Zaraki.
Yeah, you would just have defeat.
At that point, I just don't even care.
Not an issue, yeah.
The fact that I've never beaten this game casually really makes me think, like, man, I would never bother to do that. I know so many things now. That just seems really awkward.
There are subtle things about how levels will change what you do in battles. Like for instance, oh no.
Now, Final Fantasy VI is in this, and that's glitchless, so that's longer. This is up there though. But there's a lot of like NES games and stuff, and those tend to be short. Yo, FF3 no credits work. Ooh.
Oh damn.
I get to actually watch FF3 kind of. It's still
I
glitched.
love FF. I like FF3. Oh yeah, it is still.
It's still glitched. You're still not playing the whole game.
Yeah.
At least
You know,
you're playing some of it.
You just put an elixir into your experience and and that's fine.
Final Fantasy VII was like 4 hours. Final Fantasy NES, that's 4.5. So there's like 2 or 3 games that are longer than this. And the marathon, but yeah, pretty long. Well, and half the marathon is like NES platformers, so I don't really
Yeah.
expect gonna be games that are 10 or 15 minutes long. And the fact that this is ahead of schedule doing that is pretty impressive, because it's like, that's so many times you're just switching people out and making sure that everything is ready. So the fact that they had to add games in before this is kind of surprising. There's also the fact that all these games are 10 minutes long, so everyone's also coming in at like 8 minutes. And that's a pretty major percentage of underestimate. Well, Pop knows because he's Japanese. That really helps
Pop is
him out.
Japanese.
I think you can probably tell from our voices we are not. But Star has a solid enough grasp on the Japanese language, and these games are made to be able to be played by children. Like, Japanese kids don't just pop out of the womb knowing kanji, so there's not much kanji in these video games. There's a little bit, but almost all the menus are in hiragana or katakana, so there's only 50-some characters to remember and not 20,000, and it's not that bad. Like, for DQ1, which there's going to be a marathon after a limit break, wink wink, nudge nudge, everyone should join. We have a Discord, we'll all help you. We will all swarm you with help, actually. I pretty regularly check to see if people are playing any Dragon Quest game. But especially one, because I can actually help with that. And I say the only thing you really need to know in DQ1 is Taimatsu, which is Torch. Literally nothing else matters in that entire game. You can get by without it. I'm still pretty sure that Steel Broadsword is just spelled 1500. Okay, goodbye, Nana. But
So long, Nana.
Steel Broadsword's really long, but it costs 1500 in DQ1 and in DQ2. So I know it's 1500, and that's all that matters. And then it's in my inventory, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. But DQ2 is a little bit more intensive than DQ1. DQ3 is, I would say, much more intensive than DQ2. DQ2 or DQ3 is like 2 hours of menuing and then an hour of DQ2. Each given encounter is a lot less likely to kill you, but you need to know what you're doing in your menus infinitely better, or you're going to end up dead because you're trying to use the wrong thing in combat. There's a lot more spells, there's a lot more everything. Even though it's technically a shorter run. So, if Pop were to just go ahead and get world record here by finishing in the next minute, it would be shorter than the estimate for D.
Yeah, that should be reasonable. I think you can get world record.
It needs like 4 more levels.
Yeah. Pretty quick.
4 quick ones in less than a minute. Pretty sure the fanfares wouldn't be done by the time world record is, you know.
And then we just, like, don't count the credits.
Yeah. What are credits on it?
I have no idea.
Not that it matters. Even if this were world record, the run would be entirely invalid because he's not singing. Unless he's got his mic at the ready and he's just gonna pop it on at the end, which I hope is the case.
I really hope so.
We get this nice happy music as we wander to our death. Like, with the amount he needs, like, it would be very, very lucky for him to not have to, like, deal with walking back here again. Or, you know, or can just die right here and then it just won't matter. That helps the case of War not die, okay. Look how it just tried to poison breath him. He should die here. Yep. Should be good now. This game is just silly in all of the greatest ways. That's what makes it a good speedrun. It's also, like, the most rewarding thing that I've ever done is beating this game. 4 hours. For Pop, it's 4 hours. For me, it's closer to 5 hours of just very intense focus. And then a little bit of singing. If anyone has any questions about Dragon Quest speedrunning, now's the time to ask, because I have nothing else to say at this point. I'm literally just sitting here playing phone games now. Or Conan can level... Oh no, Conan's already level 20. Okay. So... Conan level 20, things kind of start changing a little bit. And then Conan 23, we can, like, leave. Or no, there's 23 when he gets Siraki. No, because Lauren's up 25. 23 is to revive.
And once Middenhall's gotten level 22, when you're fighting stuff like 4 dragons, it's safe to start using something like Lightning Sword, Firebane, Infernos, as opposed to Lightning Sword, Firebane, Sleep. Because the stat gains are static, other than the seeds. And it's like the bump you get in agility from 21 to 22 for Middenhall is like just enough to be able to consistently rely on him to take initiative on the dragons so that he can wipe them. Like, he's gonna do that now.
Consistently is a strong word. Oh. Dragon Quest. Oh god, to get to Pop's level, a lot.
Yeah, Pop kind of just does this, like, every day, basically. Like, in some form or another.
It's literally anyone but Jessica, actually. It's a good guess. By which I mean, you're on the exact opposite side. There's a lot. There's a lot of DQ speedrunners, and most of us do not like Jessica.
I like Jessica, and that's all I have to say about the subject.
Wow. Deb is clearly...
I see this for what it is. This is somebody asking what the best Final Fantasy is. I'm not engaging. This is that question, and I'm not engaging.
I don't know. It's hard for me to not say that Pop is the best when he is less than a minute behind world record with one less hog.
Null is ridiculous. Null's been playing DQ11.
People need to stop playing DQ11 until I can play it, and so I can actually watch. Like, I'm following a DQ11 runner on Twitch, and I can't even watch them stream. He has one less hogger, right? Quite a lot of grind time going. But you also have to be enough of a madman to grind out a run where you get 4 Hagure, which is insane. Or you can be Yagamu and grind out 5.
Yeah. Like, that time he got actually could have been a lot better. The problem was I'm pretty sure he got booted from the castle at least once, and he, like, had white ground loop issues when he was starting to go there in the first place. So, like, he had a crappy endgame that still ended in a C57 because of the cuts he made. But I also couldn't completely speak to how much, like, the things he skipped contributed to that, because he, like, essentially, he skipped Light Sword because he didn't have Thunderstaff to sell for it in the first place.
Go.
and he just went in on getting experience via Metal Dabbles. Like, it was a really, really risky route that there's technically no real need to actually like do. But he did it.
Oh no, Mina and Maya are terrible. Anyone who's played Dragon Quest IV multiple times will tell you that they're terrible. I mean, you have Sophia. Like, what else do you need in DQ4? Also, Lucia is bae, because she just has a bunch of healing. You just never let her go home. I'm ready for Pop to finally get tired of DQ 1 through 3 and start playing DQ 6, and then return to DQ 1 through 3. Because, like, nope. I'm good.
That depends on how he feels about Mudo 3 after he practices it.
I have Mudo 3. I mean, well, there's your issue in the first place, is you're playing the DS version. Glad Bari is not here to hear me say that and flip out. Krista isn't casting defeat, you're doing it wrong. I mean, very not. Yeah, that's not actually originally from Dragon Quest or Dragon Quest Heroes. They stole that from Battle Road Victory.
Oh, that was wonderful, though. I mean, it's the same thing, whatever.
I want to play Battle Road Victory, though.
Battle Road Victory kind of owns.
That looks sick.
It's really, really simple, but it's funny.
I also need to hack one of my 3DSs so that I can remove the region locking and get the Dragon Quest Theater rhythm.
Yeah, definitely.
And just play Only Lonely Boy forever.
Outstanding.
The tech on it, because DP has a relatively low chance to hit, unless you're playing DQ2. Where, once we have it, we will be spamming Zaraki. Nobody's business during this grind. Because it's delicious and wonderful and good. It makes everything right in the world. I'm a pretty big fan of the silly things that they do to try and manipulate Ragnar that he just ignores anyway. My favorite part of Dragon Warrior 4 is watching me try and get Ragnar to not just wave the Sword of Lethargy forever. And prayer ring drop. Prayer ring? Ow. That's not a prayer ring, that's Yonazun. Prayer ring. Prayer ring. Do it. Do it, you won't. He didn't. Oh. Why won't they fall for my witty quips? One chapter doesn't take that long. If you're looking for Dragon Quest IV speedrun, your best place to look is twitch.tv/thecountess for all of your Dragon Quest. If you want to watch the DS run, you can try and bug twitch.tv/purplemario920, but good luck getting him to play something that's not Dragon Quest VIII, and then he doesn't even want to play that now because people are obnoxious. So... Alternately, you could follow me, because at some point I will learn Dragon Warrior 4 PS1, well, Dragon Quest 4 PS1. Not to be confused with the fact that I play Dragon Quest 1 PS4, which is a terrible meme, and someone needs to take my world record, please, thank you. Like, dear God, someone please take that record from me, it's terrible, and I don't want it anymore. I'm just ready to crinkle game. Come on now. That is 23. You get crinkle. Lord gets like 28. I swear I played this game. Isn't the shop in chapter 3 like worthless too? Or not the shop, the casino. Isn't that one just bad? Oh yeah, Dragon Warrior 4 is also like the only game that no one will ever figure out a manipulation for that would work in real time. That game is actually ridiculous. The way that they handled RNG. It relies on like 5 different variables to change. And then it like only follows this half the time or something. I don't look into that kind of thing. I like actually playing video games, so.
Nobody plays video games. What are you talking about?
No one in the West, at least.
Nobody.
And Pokemon, go to the polls and vote. Vote Nira for best waifu. Gotta be getting close to crinkle time of day. You split screening what now? Yeah, I gotta watch Deaner play DQ3. He'll actually have his mic. So, I can guarantee you there will be singing of the ending credits of DQ3. Whereas I'm just hoping that there is for DQ2. So let me tell you, there is something that is a treat. It's singing the ending credits of DQ2 or 3. Sounds difficult. Retos can just stay put and watch DQ3. He'll be fine. I believe in him. Hey, we're crinkling. So here's Rocky now. So, Conan is just gonna sit here and just immediately kill things, because why not? I mean, it's fine by me. As long as they're singing, I am perfectly content. Hopefully I'll be awake for the entire thing. I should be. Oh, hey, poison. Great. Now everything's... I don't know, I feel like I don't get poison breath as much as he has. Someday we'll get DQ 1, 2, and 3 into a marathon all together, and we'll talk Pop into being the only person who's racing all 3. Then we'll have one other person racing DQ1, one other person racing DQ2, one other person racing DQ3. We'll have a 3-man relay versus Japan. The battle for America against the Yakuza. Someday. So yeah, Zaraki's really nice. Literally go into a fight and then there's just 960 experience. Things are really fast now as long as we get good fights. And Zaraki doesn't really cost that much MP. Helps out. Conan, stop getting poisoned. Why are you doing this? You know better. Just sit here and rub these rings, really hoping that they don't break. It's very, very important that they don't break. Well, I mean, it's Conan, so his AI doesn't know how to do anything besides fall over. Once he gets level 25, I'll change my mind. Until then, I won't. Drop the prayer ring. You know you want to. Turns 24. We're getting very close. Now it's just a matter of getting a little bit more experience. We don't need any more levels, so like we can get levels off of bosses, or the last level off of bosses, but we need a little bit more experience before we can do that. Pop stays on the outside track a lot longer than I do. I'm gonna come in here as soon as I get Zaraki. So everything goes to sleep and then everything dies, hopefully. Nope, only two. It's real bad. I'm just edging close to that stairs. He's so ready to go. So ready to watch Nana lose like all of her defensive capabilities. It'd be great. Here we go. Now he's on the actual most dangerous floor in the game because this is where the other devil priests like to live. And you can run into two of them at once with their good buddy Habare, which is very much a trap. So you don't want to do that. So we gotta change all of our equipment around here for a little bit because we need to make sure that Conan, Conan and Lore absolutely need to survive. If Nana dies, it sucks, but it's something you can survive. So we're not that worried about it. Because you just kind of, she dies during this fight. That's fine. She's dead now for the next fight, but we're hoping that the next fight ends immediately because Pazuzu, while he also likes to use Zaraki, is susceptible to Zaraki. So you just Zaraki him and the fight's over, and then Conan should hit level 25 off of that. If he doesn't hit level 25 off of this, I don't know how much experience Pop needs still. And then if he levels, he gets revive, and you just revive him and go into the next fight. But she lived, so unless she gets hit by Zaraki, she should be fine for the next fight. The main purpose of having her alive is she can actually put the bot to sleep as well. Pazuzu chose some poor weaknesses to go with being able to use Zaraki. Probably wasn't a worthwhile option. Yep, sleep in. Both things failed, and then Nana goes, of course she does. And Zaraki fails again. He's really got one more try at Zaraki. Oh. He might not want to take that try at Zaraki. No, he's gonna lick his shield instead. Because Conan absolutely has to survive. And at this point, he's got so much damage into it, he'll probably try to... No, he's gonna use Zaraki again, okay. Interesting choice. Okay, now he's gonna kill it with damage.
Pazuzu had full healed himself, so...
Well, no, the reason is he didn't get... Nana went to sleep, so he didn't have any defense downs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Conan swinging didn't serve a purpose. I just didn't think about that at first.
The fight, yeah, the fight kind of reset itself after all that.
Yeah. I didn't know he had heal. I've never seen him use it. He normally just dies to Zaraki or he's asleep.
Yeah.
Like, the chance of all those Zarakis missing is pretty low. I think it's what? Straight up coin flip, right? 50-50?
Chance of Zaraki working on you?
On Pazuzu.
Oh, on Pazuzu. It's 25%.
That was higher than that. Feels
No,
higher.
it's 25. Yeah, it's... I mean, it's twice as high as it is on, like, a lot of things you might typically have the chance on. It's like a lot of stuff is like 12% to be beaten by defeat. Except for like dragons and some other stuff. But yeah, he's 25%. So it's like it's a good enough chance that you want to do it, but you kind of give up on it if it doesn't go well after the first couple of turns usually.
Sense. Understandable.
And Belial here is really just like an endurance contest. There he goes.
It's really fun when you have a bunch of shields and you're fighting him and you just get mad and you just start licking your shields every turn.
Nom nom nom.
Just wait for him to run himself out of MP and then you kill him.
Delicious shields.
I mean, after he uses that fourth heal all and restores himself to full HP, you're just wasting your time. And you're wasting resources.
Ugh. It's earlier than that. I mean, it kind of depends on how well equipped you are when you go into the fight anyway. Did Pop even break any rings?
I don't think so.
So...
If he did, he got another one, because I'm pretty sure he has 3. So, lots of setup here. You gotta fight, what is it, Hargon of the Begirama Fist. The physical pretty much is Begirama, and then you just cast the Onizune.
No, that's what it was called, Dragon Lord 1.
Oh, Dragon Lord.
Dragon Lord 1 has the Begirama Fist.
So this is going well.
It's pretty fine. Like, there's generally going to be a lot of ups and downs.
Oh, that's not great.
Yeah, that part's not.
So, yeah, at this point in the game, the only thing that really matters, since he does have the rings, is A, don't let Conan run entirely out of MP. B, don't let Conan die. Nothing else matters right now. When we actually get the Cedo, then Nana's MP becomes a little bit more of an important thing. Wait, does Lore have the shield now?
Ooh.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, wait, Conan woke up. Okay. Everyone's awake.
Alright. This Hargon fight is...
This is one of the longer Hargon
Wow.
seen.
That Hargon was not nice.
Hargon, but
I don't remember what Hargon's chance to actually breathe Sweet Breath is, but it's not high.
He really likes casting Onizune.
Who's this guy? I don't know. This Hargon dude? I've never heard of him.
Yeah, me either.
Oh, there goes one ring.
I think some Gremlins talked about him once, but then they killed Pop, so they had to load a save and remember that. 2 rings now?
Oh yeah, he's doing fine. Yeah, he's got 2. He's fine. Like, he's almost at full MP now.
This should be perfectly fine. Credits are like 7 minutes, so this fight will take a hot minute. So lots and lots of setup. You cannot do anything until you are fully set up in this fight. Great. Nope, not dead.
Yeah, this fight is
You really don't want to
interesting.
die until you have surround on him.
Ooh, down goes There goes the leaf.
You don't want to lose your leaf before you're even set up, and there goes some of his defense, so...
I'm jinxing things. Alright, there's surround. You gotta land surround on this guy because he hits like a truck. And then you've got to start stabbing him and go aggressive. He'll do a lot of stuff that leaves your party in what looks like shambles, but especially that fire breath there. Like, Moonbrook will spend a lot of time dead. Ooh!
Oh my god. Really? Really? Well, so we gotta walk back in here.
Yep.
So we get back to white ground looping and hoping. And now he's just not even gonna kill anyone, he's just gonna waste all this time learning to line up.
Yeah, that was harsh. Really harsh.
Couldn't miss a single physical after you got surrounded, could you? Asking too much.
He really didn't.
He never missed
Like,
a physical, I don't think.
Yeah.
Which,
That was...
or is double physical either they both hit or they both miss? With surround,
No,
or
it can be one or the other.
it can be miss and then hit, or hit and then miss?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. And really, at this point, with the whole, even if you had to refight the others, now that you have, revive, like, the others are pretty much a joke.
So he's
But
picking up another Shield of Strength to seal the deal. Because he had another Destruction Sword in his inventory. I mean, this helps a lot.
because now
He's got
Thor
like
can
double
actually
free heal
heal
more.
himself.
Yeah, Lareja being able to heal himself, like,
Really
is
strong.
pretty huge.
Like, there's a lot of reasons why you can't do that until you've spent 21,000 gold on it.
Yeah, that
So
is
much.
like another nice thing. Like, if you get booted, it definitely really isn't pleasant, but you can do
gets-
something like that and make your, much like in DQ1, you can make your second trip back, like, a lot nicer than the first one might have been.
Unless you're me, and then you just die to a stone man when you need 1,600 more experience.
Yeah, unless you're rabbits. How much more? 1,600?
Yep.
Oh.
I killed the dragon again and picked the princess back up.
He's gonna have his, leaf intact again, too, so...
Yep. And once he's done all this sailing, he does at least get to just use return to go back to the shrine. And yeah, this game is very tough. But that was an especially ridiculous.
Yeah, that was harsh.
I haven't really seen.
Like, both those times, it was just Shido hauling off and punching Kanik into paste, like, both times, right?
I'm gonna sit here and keep double physicaling through this surround. It doesn't matter to me. Please stop. Yeah. Once this adventure's done, we just get to go to the adventure that started it all, Dragon Quest III. It's my only complaint. We didn't put Dragon Quest III before the other two Dragon Quests. It's not chronological. I like chronological. Yeah, we'll
Grab.
see. Yeah, we'll see you, Lapkin.
You see ya.
I think this game's tougher casually than it is as a speedrun. At least if you're speedrunning it, you probably know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's true. If you know speed strats and then just gain like 2 more levels, like, it's easy. Easy peasy.
You have enough MP to not have to worry nearly as much. I think the big
God,
issue,
yeah.
though, is Nana's always just going to be on the verge of death during Cedo. I don't think that'll ever change. Which, that's not great. It would be more ideal if Nana could be in a situation where she could actually live, but no. Sorry about your luck, just no. The only way that's gonna happen is if we gave her the water flying cloth, and that cannot leave. Because she is not important. Sorry about her luck.
She's important. She's just not as important to keep alive.
Also,
I mean, you have to give the most alive keeping stuff to the guy with the revive.
Yeah.
Stay alive, have revive. That's how you do it.
Get double physical to the face repeatedly, be canic.
That's true.
Good old Sama box. Too bad there's the FFC follow, but not FFC emotes. We could be spamming Sama box, but it's probably good after the DQ1 run with the obvious emote that we know had to exist. I'm sure somebody died to Shadow Knight. Oh hey look, it's a trap.
Oh, it's Roto's favorite trap.
Rotos would fight this. He would. And not just for the sake of survival. Like he would just leave the Devil Priest alone and start swinging at Metal Slimes. I know him well enough.
Pop did come up here once to try and kill a Metal Babel while he was trying to get like a best time entry for Ekiden. And he did succeed and then went back down and started grinding again. He's just like, I'm just here for this.
His head up,
I'm
just sword and ran
that's
away.
it. He just like he ran up and just bopped a Hagore and then went back down. Whatever.
Oh, that's amazing. No, that's so terrifying. I hate that floor with the burning passion of 1,000 suns. So
Because it's awful and terrible.
it really is. I'm not trying to get Iona zoomed in the face, let alone Iona zoomed in the face 2 times every turn.
Alright, here we go. Hargon, could you not?
Oh no, he can. Don't you worry about it. There's the sleep breath.
Alright, he stop spelled. That's good. Stop spell does give him a higher rate of... Oh, excuse me. A higher rate of doing things like sweet breath and stuff, but overall it's still just better that he not have access to, like, explode it.
Trying to not get blown up.
Oh, that was easy.
That's the way that fight's supposed to go. Yeah, Yonazun, also another spell I would not want hit with, because isn't it pretty much a nuclear blast? Like, doesn't it split the atom?
Yeah.
Then you're so stoked, then you probably shouldn't have missed the first 3 hours and 40 minutes of the run. It's not my fault. He's not doing 3. Some Deaner's doing 3 alone, because...
Hey, they can be excited for the last, like, 10 minutes.
As long as he sings. That's where my true excitement comes from. Hearing the beautiful angelic voice of the Yakuza. And, good friend, Clear Tonic.
Alright,
Did a
rolls
thing.
around.
Of, like, music that, whenever you hear it, like, it fills you with fear in terms of final boss music, and since I started running this game, I put it on, and I'm like, yeah, this song.
I love this battle theme. Of
course, Tonic.
Honestly, like,
Yeah.
it's just so... it's so foreboding. Like, yeah.
And I like the horns. Who
Like,
would have
Shido
guessed,
is
right?
supposed to be this ridiculous god of death. And, man, everything about this game is just, like, cruel and powerful, and that's what this song sounds like. This song sounds cruel and powerful.
Poor Nana, man. Can't.
So
He can't
Nana.
break.
That's what happens when you're equipped to take, like, 100 damage from Fire Breath. So, stop
These are nice.
breathing.
These are nice HP values for the entire team to beat him. And you'll see, look, he had someone with 30 HP, someone with 18 HP, and then Conan is missing 9 HP. You actually kill Conan in that situation.
Yeah.
He could die in 2 turns otherwise. Oh, the sleep hits.
Oh.
So
Oh man.
he's
Okay.
asleep.
Whatever. Yep.
We're
free.
going all in. Just everyone is gonna be blasting this dude.
Still asleep.
Let's go. Let's go. I've never got him to sleep more than like 2 turns.
Sleep has about a 12% chance to land.
12.5% chance to land, and then it's the same situation
And
as
then
if
it's
you go to sleep.
free.
Oh my god!
And then it's free. Nice.
That was like, what, 3 or 4 turns of sleep? Of just blasting him?
That was beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Someone should clip that. I have the stream paused for obvious reasons, so I can't. Oh my god. Yeah, kid, just put Cedo to sleep and then have him never wake up. What an easy game.
Yeah, no, this game's easy. Everybody should try playing it. Everyone should try it. Mostly so they can understand their place. But
Beneath the Yakuza, Cedo has learned his place. He got put into a dirt nap.
at least he went peacefully.
More than he deserved.
That's true.
Oh, you can sleep him, it's just, normally it's not worth it.
Yeah, you do that when, like,
If you can put him to
it's
sleep,
going
you can
really
cast,
well.
if you can put him to sleep, you could probably just be casting Ionizune. And you're probably just wasting turns, but every so often it's like, you gotta throw out the swags. And if it works, you're just really happy. Now, you can try that strat when you're learning. If everyone's at full HP and Nana's sitting on a ton of MP and you have nothing really better for her to do, I mean, you really do have something to do. Ionizune is always, like, quote-unquote smarter option because you're putting damage into him, guaranteed. But, I mean, if you're at full HP, your setup is complete, you can just throw out that sleep. If it works, it's great. If you need it to work for you to survive, you're probably dead. I really hope Pop is going to stay. I'm going to shut up in hopes of it.
うずかせる履きつぶしてきた靴の数と同じだけの夢たち時には見失って探してやがて追いつきこの道我が旅 果てしなく続く出会いと別れを繰り返しながら今夢を熱く燃えたぎらせ明日へ明日へ歩き出す少年時代の見果てぬあの夢今でも心に抱き続けてる今星空の下で佇み遥かな思いを抱きしめるぬくもり続けてる夢たちと影帽子が道連れ雨も風も日照りも嵐も友達だったこの道我が旅果てしなく続く出会いと別れを繰り返しながら今夢を熱く燃えたぎらせ明日へ明日へ歩き出す明日へ明日へ歩き出す